Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. The entire website is made uh, for professional use, for professional use only. You can use it for your resume. You can showcase your projects over there, and it will be a very good application for your recruiters for your first job that you are looking for. It is a very professional website, portfolio website, and you can make it. It's a very beginner friendly website. Right now we are in the home page. We can see home, skills, qualification, achievements, projects and contact me. You can see the hover effect on the navbar elements. You can see the theme change button, that is to change from light mode to dark mode. When you click on it, you can change it from light mode to dark mode. It gives a very good functionality to this professional portfolio website. And you can see we have added our image exactly at the center, and we have the information, the biography. Then we added our icons like in LinkedIn, GitHub and Twitter. And we also have the skills section, and you can see whenever we hover on the skills section, the images will move. This is the hover effect that we have added. Then we have the education and experience section. You can see how neatly we have aligned them. Then we have the achievement section. You can see hover effect on them. The icons will rotate 360 degrees, as well as we'll get an border line. Then we have our projects, because we are using swiper.js JavaScript library. So we have this functionality that we have added. You can see, and you can see the demo button also. Whenever we hover onto it, the arrow will move forward. And you can see this is the contact me form. We have added the informations like our email, WhatsApp number, as well as Telegram. And you can see the border effect whenever we try to enter the data into the input elements. You can see border changes to darker color, that is focus element. Then we have the send button. You can see this is the footer. This is the arrow button to move back to the starting page. As I told you before, this website has light and dark mode. This is the dark mode of the website, and you can see how smooth transition is taking place. The animation is very smooth. How detailing I have done in this project. Is a very responsive portfolio website that you can use for your resume, for your first impression to your recruiters. It will give a very professional look to your resume also. The website is entirely responsive, that is, it is also available in mobile as well as in tab version. Let me show you the mobile version. You can see this is the mobile version of the website. You can see how perfectly they have all been aligned. And you can see that the menu bar I have added at the bottom. At the bottom, you can see I have added the menu bar here. You can see giving an app-like look to the menu bar elements. Just like we open in our mobile phone, right? It gives a very professional look to your website, and the recruiter will be very impressive how you have made it look like a very professional app. You can use your resume too, and you can change the theme here by changing the theme button, which is right beside it, beside the menu element. It gives a very professional look to your resume, and it will give you a very good impression. The entire website is made using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. It is a very beginner friendly project. You can make this. The source code is available in the description, and the full tutorial is all. It will be also be available on the YouTube channel. Definitely try to visit the channel. There are a lot of websites that I've built, and each and every line of code is been explained. Full tutorials are all added into the YouTube channel every day. So definitely try to visit the channel for more amazing content. Thank you so much. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Now let's go through line by line code for this responsive portfolio website. Now let's go to the index.html file. You can see in the header tag, we have linked our fav icon using link tag, and we have linked links icons. Then we have linked the swiper.css file using link tag. Then we have linked our main CSS file, style.css file. Then we have added the title, that is the Viram page as the title of this website. Then we can go to the body section. In the body section, you can see right now we are in the header section. In the header section, we have the main nav bar. In that, we have the anchor tag for which we have added art as the name and its reference is given as hash. And we have given a class name as nav logo. Then we have another div element, that is nav menu div element. Inside that, we have an unordered list, and unordered list. Then we have a list item, and which list item considered has an anchor element, an anchor tag, and inside which we have an I tag for adding the remix icons. You can see RI home line. By adding this class name to this I tag, we can be able to integrate the icons into our website. Here I am using home line, which is a home icon for the home nav element. The same way we have done it for the skills, qualification, then achievements, projects, and contact me. Then we have a close button. This close button is for the mobile version, because in the mobile version we don't have a large amount of space like the desktop, right? We only have small amount of space. So what we do, we will hide the menu bar and we will have a menu icon. So whenever you click on that menu icon, you will get that menu item will be displayed. So that to remove that, we are adding a RA close button. It will be only be available in the mobile version, mobile screen size. Then we have theme change button. Theme change button, we have one. This is for changing from light mode to dark mode. This is one of the function that I have added in this website. Then we have a toggle button for the menu icon. So this menu icon will be visible only in the mobile view. Now let's go through the CSS, as well as I will show you the exact way at what position, how they are aligned. Now let's go to the CSS also line by line, so that you can be able to understand section by section. So first we are importing the font family by using the edited import URL. Then we are using the variable CSS. This is nothing but the root element, right? So in the root element, what we are doing is that whatever the values that you are going to use in the entire website, those values can be given any name. You can see it like this. In such a format, you can give the name and you can give the values to it, and you can call these values into any section by using the var element. Let me show you. Here you can see for the body font family, we are using var body font. We are not mentioning what font it is. But if you go back, you can see the body font is already been written in the root element. You can see in the root element we have already written the body font. So we are just calling the value into our whatever section we want to use, so that you don't have to write this these robotos and sans serif for again and again. So it's one of the cleanest way to write the CSS file. Then we have this is for the responsive typography, that is minimum width is 1024. So below 1024, uh, values for above 1024 pixel size screen size values, devices or water devices, these values will be applied. Then we have the base values, that is the starting values that we give to any website. That is star indicates to overall to the website. That is box sizing is quarter box, padding is 0, margin is 0. HTML scroll behavior is smooth. So whenever we're scrolling, the scrolling effect should be very smooth. It shouldn't have any effects, right? So that is the reason we are giving scroll behavior equal to smooth. Then we have body. For the body element, we are giving font size, font family. Then we are adding the background color as well, transition. For dark mode, this is for the dark mode. The background will change and it will showcase the change in color whenever we click on from light mode to dark mode. And for heading tags, that is H1, H2, H3 heading tags, we are adding the color, font family, and font weight. For any UL element as well as for anchor element, the basic default styles will be applied, right? So those, to remove those default styles, we are using for the UL element, we are using this style equal to none. And to remove default styles for anchor tag, we are using text declaration equal to none. Then we have the image. For the image, we have the maximum width is 100% and height is auto. Then for the theme element, we are using these nav buttons. The display equal to flex, align items center, column gap is 1.5 m. This is for the mobile version. So what happens is the nav buttons elements will be aligned in the top menu. We can see that it will be aligned exactly the center beside. You can see beside the menu elements, the theme button is located beside only exactly at the center of the exact row. You can see that. Then for the change theme, this change theme is nothing but for the icon we are given the value as change theme. You can see here. Uh, You can see here change the theme is the class given to this theme button that we have used in this website. You can see this button. For that, we are giving the font size, color, cursor pointer, as well as transition is given to it. Then for the dark mode, so this dark mode is nothing but whenever you click on this button, it will change into dark mode, right? So the dark mode should have some colors, different colors than the light mode colors. So the dark mode colors when it will be applied means that whenever you can let me tell you this. So whenever you click on this menu icon, you have this theme change moon icon, right? So whenever you click on this icon that is located at the top of the button, so what will happen is that if you go to the JS file, let me show you the JS JavaScript so that you understand it. Menu, this one, dark mode will be there, dark mode, light mode. You can see dark and light mode. So what will happen is that first we are taking an element. You can see determined by ID theme button. You can see theme button is nothing but the ID given to the theme button that we used in the website. The theme button. So that is fetched here in the JavaScript when we are creating a constant that is theme button. We are creating two constants, one is dark theme and icon theme, that is a constant theme. Here we are adding the remix icon, RI sun line. This is sun icon that we have added. So first, this one is previously selected topic. If the user is already selected, we want to be stored in our local computer. It will be stored, right? So that thing will be first displayed whenever you refresh the page or when you come back after shutting down and come back to the website again, right? So it will, if you still remember it, because we are using the local storage of your computer here. So for that, I'm creating two get element items and when inserting them in our local storage, and you can by getting the current theme, what we are doing is that we are adding the dark theme or light theme. So here what happens is that, so whenever you can see that whenever you it is in the dark mode, you will be having a moonlight, that means moon symbol will be displayed. In the light mode we want it to be displayed like sun. So this is nothing but with the item, to make sure that we are changing the theme button at the same time we are also changing the theme of the website. So what is the previously chosen? So that topic will be added first. Then we have is the whenever you click on that theme button. So what it will do is that it will toggle dark theme. Dark theme is nothing but we are added the dark theme here. You can see for the body element we are changing the title color, we are changing the text color, we are changing the body color, we are changing the container color and IC color. So what is this means is that, so first we will be having default color values to the light theme, right? So whenever you click on the button, it will activate the JavaScript file, and the JavaScript file what it will do is that it will add this class, that is dark theme class will be added to the body element, and body is the main section, right? So body is the main section means, so these values will change for the body element and will get a dark color theme. So whatever colors you have added, that colors will display in the website, that will change in the theme of the website. You can see here we are also storing those values using the local storage. So because whenever if the user is already changed to dark mode, if he kept the computer to sleep and came back and he opened the laptop again, so he can still have the same thing because we are using the local storage here and we are making sure that we are saving it in our laptop, what thing that the user have already been chosen. Okay, next. This is nothing but when for any particular section that you want the color to be changed, we can mention those things. Like you can see navbar, nav menu, scroll up. For that, we are changing background color and box shadow is changing for them. And we are also changing for section border, WebKit scroll bar. This is for the scroll bar that we are going to use in the website because I have created one scroll bar using the WebKit. Then yeah, these are the reusable classes. You can say that this container is for each and every section. I have this container. Grid is for whenever I want to have grid elements, like I want to arrange the elements in the grid format. Then I will just simply add this class element that I have, right? So this dot code is there, right? So I'll just add this class element to that particular section. So automatically these styles will be applied to it directly. That is display grid gap is 1.5 run. So section padding is given, section border, then we have section title and subtitle. Then section for the section title we are giving font size, font weight, and margin bottom. You can see the section title and subtitle will be aligned exactly at the center of the image. Let me show you that. You can see skills is the section title and underline below what is section under and subtitle. So they will be aligned exactly the center because we are aligning using the text align, we are aligning it exactly at the center. And for both title and subtitle, we are adding the font size, font weight, margin, bottom values. You can see them. Then main for the overflow is hidden. Then we have the header element that we have discussed, the index.html. Here you can see that we have the navbar has position is fixed, that is it is fixed at the top of it, and we have the bottom is student, left is 0, and g index is given. Here c index that we have built from the root element directly we are calling using the var. Directly we are calling using the var element, and then we have the navbar, and for the navbar we are adding the height, display flex, justify content space between items is center. You can see that here. So the navbar we are adding the displays just justify space between is there, right? So we are adding that logo and the space is added between them. Then we have the nav elements. Then we can go to the next one, that is nav logo toggle and class. We are adding the color. A title color is added to them. For the nav logo, we are adding font family and font weight. Then for the nav toggle element, we are using display flex. Font size is 1.25 and cursor font is even to. Then we have the media screen max width is 1023 pixels. So below the 1023 pixel value device screens whatever available, for those only these values will apply. That is nothing but responsive web design. This is very important topic in the web development. So for the nav menu, we want the nav menu to be displayed in the mobile version, right? So in the mobile version, you don't have a lot of space like in the desktop version. We only have small space. So what we are doing, we are gonna make the visibility of the nav bar hidden, and will convert into a sidebar, and whenever you click on the menu icon the navbar should be visible, right? For that we are using this position is fixed, width is 88%, left and right is given, and bottom you can see it is minus 60%. So it will move outside of the mobile screen size because we are adding the minus 60% to it. So what will happen is that because we don't want the navbar to be visible to us in the mobile device before we click on the menu icon, right? So whenever we click on the menu icon, we only want the side item to be visible. So for that purpose only we are given bottom equal to minus 60%, and you can see nav link hover we are giving color, and for the nav link I tags we are giving the font size. So this nav link close is nothing but whenever you click on the cross icon will be visible to you. So whenever you click on it, it will close automatically, close the nav element for that. And show menu, because we are adding the bottom student, and active link color is given to it. You can see that the show menu is nothing but one and only, then it will help us in making the uh, bottom value. You can see the bottom value is minus 60%, right? So here by giving the show menu as bottom to them, we are going to make it visible. I'll tell you how. So what will happen is that we will have the menu icon, right? So we'll be having the menu icon. So what will happen is that whenever we click on the menu icon, you. First here I'm taking the nav menu, nav tab and nav close icons. I'm referring them here and using their class names. Then what I'm doing is that whenever you click on the nav toggle element, then it will add the show menu icon. So what is the show menu class has? The show menu class has bottom equal to rem. So what happens is that this 2rem bottom equal to 2rem will be rewrite this bottom equal to minus 60. It will remove this bottom equal to minus 60 and it will replace it with bottom equal to rem. So it will automatically move towards upside because we are added transition is bottom minus 3 seconds. So with 3 seconds delay will display upside, giving a very professional look to your website. That's how we can combine JavaScript with our CSS and index.html using the class names. So it is very important that you learn everything. You have to be very proficient with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript if you want to make a very professional website. And whenever you want to remove it, so whenever you click on the cross link, then automatically it will nav list will remove the show menu icon. So what will happen is that again it will the value will be changed. That bottom two run will be replaced with bottom equal to minus 60 pixels. It will replace again, and it will disappear the it will make the disappearance of the menu icon menu items. Then we have the home section. You can go to the home section. This is the main. Then inside the main section we have the home section, and you can see we have a div as container. I've already told you container grid. These two values are the basic values that we have already written, and just by adding them to this class we are using those tags directly to our section. Here I am using h1 tag for adding some information. Then I have the br tag is nothing but break tag, which will break the line. You can see I am Abhiram. Then I have added the break tag. So it will go to next line. Next line is content developer. Then I have added break tag again. So it will go to based on Russia. You can see they are added exactly in different lines. Then we have a div element. Inside that div we have portfolio image. Then we have added two images or SVG files, that is shape waves and circle. You can see here this one as well as this one. So these both are using the SVG file that we have integrated here. Then we have another div, another list unit. We have an anchor tag. Inside the anchor tag, we have an icon tag for adding the remix icons into our website. But as you can see, I have added LinkedIn, GitHub, as well as Twitter. Then you can go to the another div, what is home info div. Inside that div, we have another single div, inside which we have the h3 element for home info title. Then we have paragraph tag for home info description, and the same div is copied again for contact as well as for the achievements. Then we have another div that is home info, same div like the above div. We have copied it again. Here we are using the h3 element as well as paragraph element, and we are adding the graduation year and date, and then we are adding the completed projects 15 plus companies work for 2 plus. This is the same code that has been repeated again. So not explaining you can see that. Now let's go to the CSS file along with it. You can see how neatly they have aligned towards each sides, and the icons are aligned exactly below of it. You can go here, home container, getting row gap is given, pattern is given. But for the home data, row gap is 1.5 m. You can see the gap is for 1.5 m for each and every sector. For the home title, we are adding it as section. It's exactly at the center. Its spacing is 3 m, margin bottom is 5 m. For the home blob, we are giving this position is relative, width is 200 pixel, height is 200 pixel. This is nothing but the one, you can see the circular one. For that we are creating a values that is 200 and 290 is the height. That is the reason you can see an oval shape section has been created. Background and border is given to it, suitable compared to paper. And border radius is given as 6.5 m. Then we have the price item, that is place item center, exactly the center the image will be applied. Then we have the home prefill. Inside the prefill is nothing but the border. You can see that entire black color border is there, right? So that is nothing but the prefill. For that I'm giving the width, and I'm adding the height as well as and adding the background color, border radius, overflow, display flex, specify control center, flex direction. This direction is flex end. You can see you can also use it for adding the flex start also. You can see the image will move towards upward. Then we have home prefill image. For that we are giving width equal to 150 pixel. For the home shape tools and circle, we are giving the position is absolute and opacity equal to dot 2. You can see them here, both of them aligned with the image. Then for the home shape circle, we are adding the width bottom. Then we are adding the height, transition is index. And for the social elements, we are justifying them at the exact root center and displays given as flex. Column gap equal to 1.2, 1.25. You can see column gap is 1 to 1. Then we have the showing social link for each and every element. We are giving the font size, color, and transaction is given to them. And we want to change in color. So whenever you hold on to this one, whenever you hold on to this button, the buttons that we have, the social media buttons, it will change in color. Then we have the home info. For that, we are using displays globe for the student. For Honda info title, we are giving the font size and branding, font weight, and description info number. Then we will add the value student, the font size and font weight. Then we can go to the next section, that is the skill section. The skill section, we have the skills section title and section subtitle. We have already explained the code for. Then we have the default skills container. Inside we are using container and web. So these two values that I've already told you will apply directly to this particular section. That is, will be aligned using the grid. Display will be aligned as grid. To these particular sections. Then we have a div. Main div, that is skills container. Inside that we have a stay element, that is a tick element. Inside which we have an I tag for basis icon as well as the name that is given as software developer. Then we have the skills info. Inside skills info, we have div that is copied again. Here you can see inside one div we have the image. This image, and inside H3 element we have the skills name and span element for skills subtitle. The same thing is copied again for 3 more times. You can see, and we also added the image to it. Then the entire code, that is skills info code, is copied again. It's copied again. This skills content is copied again. It will paste it again for adding few more, that is computer fundamentals. In that we are using DSA, and we are using the same code that we are used for the skills content one. Okay, the CSS. Let me show you the image. So this is the skills image. We have two sections. One is skill section 1, which is software developer. Skill section 2 is computer fundamentals. Two sections of data. Then we can get the standard CSS file. Row gap is given as 3.5 m. You can see the gap is 3.5 m. Then we have skills title. For that we are giving the space flex specific component center alignment center. You can see the titles are aligned exactly to center for each div. This is one div, and this is the second div that we have. So they are aligned exactly center based on their div. Then for the title element, right now we are adding the font size. Font weight is added to them, and display grid is added to the skills block, skills data, skills info. Then for each skills info, we are having grid template column VP3. One of up is nothing but that the grid will display 3 elements in each row. You can see 3 elements will be displayed in each row. This is one div. So in this one div, we have only 3 elements, and this is the second div. Inside also, we are having only 3 elements for one row, because we have mentioned grid template columns repeat 3 1 f. And gap is mentioned here. Then we have the skills data. For that we are using display analysis center, text analysis center. You can see how they are aligned exactly to center. You can see based on the line. Then we have the skills blob. Skills blob is nothing but you can see the circular background, light background color is red. Blob is something with the skills blob that was created. By that we gave it the going to have background color. Product is given. Place items in center. Exactly at the center. The image will be exactly at the center. You can see that. Then we have the skills blob image. For that we are giving the width. For its name we are giving the consoles on the bottom. And for skills subtitle we are adding the console. Then we have an animation for skills. That is whenever you hover on it. So whenever you hold on to this element, it bounce to your upside, up and down. That is, it will move from up and down with a small gesture. Will be done. That is when by using these keyframes. You can see bounce keys. So at 0%, it will transfer will be 0. At 20% it will translate 5 towards minus 6 pixel. That is, it will go downside. Then it will at 40% it will go, if we compare to 0%, then it will go to minus 3 pixel. In the 60%, and it will come back to normal, and at 80%. With 80%, you can see this is how we add an animation by using the keyframes and giving that name. This is the name of that particular function, and we are adding that animation using the animation type, and we are adding that name here. And you can mention the time delay that you want to give, that is 0.6 seconds. Then we have the qualification. The qualification section. The qualification section, we have the same one, that is the statement from section title and span element from section title. Then we have the main container, which is the qualification container. Then we have the main qualification content div, inside which we have next to element. Inside that we have an array, that is the Linux icon that we have indicated using the tag, and we have given the name to it. And then we have other div element, that is qualification info. Inside that we have a div with H3 element for adding the dashboard technology BTech. It is the qualification name. Then we have the span elements. One is for the qualification country, and one is for the qualification year. Then the same div element is copied again. You can see this div. This div is copied again for 2 more times, and this entire qualification, this entire qualification is copied again for qualification 2. Here above I have added the qualification for my education. Then now below I am adding the qualification for my experience. So what experience that I've got, the same code is here. I'm just giving the information. And then we have an image, that is qualification image that we have added. You can see that image here. The dark mode is not visible. You can see that. Next we can go to the style of CSS file. Here I am giving version related for the container. I am giving row gap is 3.5 m. You can see 3.5 m is row gap. Then for the qualification title, I have given display strength, justify content center, align items center. You can see education as well as experience. For they have two different blocks, and for each block they are aligned exactly at the center. Then we have qualification title info. For that we are giving display grid, and the row gap is student. You can see displays as grid, so they are aligned exactly one by one. And the row gap, the gap between each and every section that we have right here, right? After the years we have gap, then we have the next one. Then we have gap, then we have the next one. So that is given here. Space grid, row gap is 12. Then we have the qualification name. Inside that qualification name, for the qualification name, we are giving the font size and margin bottom. And for the qualification country here, we are giving the display block. Font size and color is added to it. Consider. Then for the qualification name, we are adding the weight equal to 150 pixels. That position is absolute. You can see the tab is this. Then bottom is children. We have transform equal to rotate to reduce. Then we have opacity equal to 0.1. Then we can go to the achievement section. Then we can go to the achievement section. This is the achievement section. Let's go to the code. You can see in the achievement section we have the same one, that is to of the section title and span for the section subtitle. Then we have the main div. Inside that div we have the container and grid. So grid CSS and container based value CSS value should be added directly. Then we have the main div, that is the achievements card. In that achievements card we have an I type for RI trophy element, that is for the icon. Then we have history element for achievement title, and we have the paragraph element for achievement description. And then we have achievement border. To add the border we are using the div element, and the same div element is copied again. You can see this. You can see this entire div is copied again. This entire div is copied again. For adding 2 more achievements, you can add as many as you want. Let's put the CSS. So for that achievement container, we are justifying content is center. You can see every 3 divs we are using 3 divs, right? The 3 divs are aligned exactly the center of the web page, and you can see that you have achievement card, position is related. For each card, we are adding the width is given, height is fixed, and background color is given as container color. Then text line is center. You can see every data is aligned exactly in the center. You can see data is not moving towards right side or towards left side. They're adding exactly at the center. Then we have for I tag we are giving the display is block. Then we're giving font size, color and margin bottom is given to it. Then we have the achievement title for that we're giving the values. And we have achievement border, width and height is given. You can see achievement border. Uh, then we have is that hover effect. Whenever we hover on to the achievement card, it will rotate 360 degrees. The icon will rotate 360 degrees. You can see that when you hover on to this icon, the cup icon will rotate 360 degrees because we are having the hover effect. And whenever you hover the hover effect on the card at the same time will also show the border value will become 1 because you can see here we are creating an achievement border, but we are keeping opacity 0. So opacity 0 means it will not be visible to our human eye. So what we are doing is that whenever you hover on to the card element, we are making that opacity equal to 1 for the achievement border. Then you can see that you can get a border line. You can see this border line is not there for the remaining two. So whenever you hover on to the card element, the trophy will rotate 360 degrees as well as the border will display. That functionality is added here. Then we can go to the project section. This is the project section we have. Then go to project section, then we have HTML element for section title, then we have the span element for the section with subtitle, then we have the main container div, then we have another div for the project container. Inside that we have each and every div. We are using the swiper wrapper JavaScript library here for this smooth uh, transition that we animation that we can use for displaying our projects. That is the reason we are using the swiper wrapper. And we are giving the project one. You can see for the project one div, we are creating the first div. Inside that we have the image, project image, then we have a div inside which we have the span element for adding the subtitle of the project, and we have the title of the project. Then we have an anchor tag to add the I tag inside it, that is the arrow right icon as well as demo link. You can also add any reference to that particular project by adding them in the H reference. So the same project one is copied again for 2 more times. Then we have added a div element for the side for arrows. You can see these arrows here. One is for the right side, one is for the left side. So that is the reason we are added arrow right side and arrow left. So these two divs act as arrow elements. As swiper pagination is the div that is created for adding these 3 dots. You can see at the bottom. That is nothing but the swiper pagination div that we have created here. Then we have contact section. So first let's go to this uh, project, right? So let's go to the stylus CSS for the project element. The project container overflow is initial, display is equal to grid for the grid, and justify content is center. You can see the project aligned exactly at the center, and we have the project image. For that we are giving the width, the border radius is given, and margin bottom is given to them. You can see the border radius, wrapping border radius, we are getting curved, slightly curved edges to the image. Then for the project image, for the project subtitle, we are adding the font size and color, and for the project title also we are adding font size, margin bottom, and margin is added to them. And for the project button, we are using align flex. We are aligning them exactly at the center. Then you can see for the project button I tag, you can see this icon that we have, right? So these icons we are adding we are applying the font size and transition is applied to them. And whenever we hover onto these buttons, you can see the translate text will move. That is, whenever you hover onto this demo button, you can see this demo button here. It is very close. The arrow is very close to the button. But when for the second one, it is far because I hovered onto this button and it will move towards forward. Then I click the photo of it so that you will be able to understand what will happen when you hover onto the demo button. So when you hover onto the demo button, the arrow will move forward, creating a transition effect. Then for the project container, we are adding the swiper button next, and preview buttons we are adding. You can see both buttons. The preview button, this is for the next button, this is for the previous button. And for that, we are adding the width, height is given to that. Margin, font size are also given to them. Then we are placing them using right and top values. You can see by mentioning those values, we are placing them exactly beside uh, both divs. Then we have the slide button, and then we have the slide page initial bullets. You can see bottom for 0 because they're aligned exactly the 0 section of the project section. And for them, we are giving the background color is given opposite is initial for them. Then we have the contact section. Where we are in the problem, now we are in the contact section. You can see in the contact section we have the SO tag, there is alien tag for section title, and we have the span element for section subtitle. Then we have the main container div. Inside that div we have the contact content div. Then we have H3 element for adding the contact title, that is the text me, and we are also adding the I tag, that is remix icon, that I have added chart icon. Then I have used another div for contact info. Inside that div we have a smaller div, that is contact data div. Inside that we have span element for adding the contact data title, that is email, and contact data info, that is email is provided here. The same div is copied again. The same div is copied again for WhatsApp and for adding the Telegram data also. And then we have another div, that is contacted. Inside this we have added copied exactly. Then we have another div, that is the contact content. Then we have an HTML element, that is have unique ID, that I use for the heading tag, and I've also added send to plain icon to it by using the I tag. Then the form is used here. For the form, I'm using a div element contact form div. Inside that I'm using a label, that is the name. Then I'm using an input tag for adding the input elements, that I'm using the type is text. And for the same way, the same div is copied again for email, and I'm also mentioning type is called to email. Then I have the label for message. Then for the message one, I'm using the text area, I'm not using input because I can add text area will give more amount of information that your user can provide. Then a small information you can see here in the contact image. You can see the text area is larger than the input areas. For name and email, it is small because we are using input. And for the message, text area is large because we wanted the user to specify more information. When we have the send button, we have for send button we have. Then let's see that go to the footer element. The footer we have the footer named it, that is with the footer title using HTML element. Then we have the paragraph tag. Then we have another list for the links that we have added using the links list title and anchor tag, and we have referred to using them as a reference so that we can be able to move that particular section. Today I'm only adding home, skills, and project section in the footer element. Then I have the another list, that is the footer social elements, which I'm using anchor tag, and inside that anchor tag I'm using an I tag, that is icons that I'm adding Unix icons, LinkedIn, GitHub, as well as Twitter. Then I have a span element to add the copyright always user button for the footer element. Then I have the scroll up anchor tag, that is will be available in the website, that whenever you click on this button, it will move back to the starting slide. Then I have linked the scroll reveal JavaScript library using the script tag. I've also added the swiper bundle JavaScript library. Then I've also added the uh, email one for adding the email. Then one is for then the main JavaScript file, that is main JS. This is JavaScript file. Now let's go to the contact. In the contact, you can see that we added the container, and then we have the contact title, that is display flex. So you can see that's the contact image. I show the image. The contact name and is added exactly with the center. You can see along like item justify for the center. Column gap is given to it. Font size font weight will apply to it. And for the tag, we are adding the font size and font weight add-on to them. And the info data and form, we are adding display split, so they are aligned exactly in the quick format. You can see. Then we have given for the contact data. Then we have contact data title and info product. We are adding the font size, font family, color. And for the contact button, we are adding the maximum width, and we are adding the display align items center, color and font size is given to them. Then we have the contact button, and then we have the contact button is over. So whenever you hold onto it, the eye will move forward. You can see this arrow icon will move forward. because we are giving transform translatic x is equal to 0.25 m. Then we have the contact form, the distribution is relative, and we have added them. Then we can go to the contact form input. So the input is nothing but, so whenever we click on this button, whenever we want to enter any data into it, so it will the border will change. The border will change. Then we have the color effect. Then we have the contact button. You can see font size, font weight, cursor, outline values are only given to it. Then we have the status color. Color red, color blue is given for the status. That whether the information is given is the correct one. Then we have the footer. For the footer, we will add a text in the center. You can see the footer, they align exactly the center, all items, links and everything. For the font size, font weight is given. Footer social and footer link, we are adding display scope, justify contact is center. You can see the links that I have added, that is home, skills and projects, as well as the social icons. They are aligned exactly the center of the web page. Then we have for links, social link item, and whenever we hold on to the link, we are going to translate why that is to the website. Then we have the footer copy element. Then we have the social scroll bar. To create our own scroll bar, we are going to use the webkit scroll bar here, and we are mentioning the width of the scroll bar. You can see this is the width of the scroll bar. Then we have the border radius, and we have the background color is given to it. And the core effect, you can change the background color is changed. You can see here also, VS also, when I hover onto it, the color will change into light by a little more light. You can see this is scroll up button that we have added at the bottom of the page. In the bottom of the page, we are added this scroll up button, right? So that button is what the button is nothing but whenever you click on that button, it will move you back to the starting page. For that, we are adding the font size values, and then we have the breakpoint that is for the responsive web design. Responsive web design is nothing but first you create the website in mobile version or in desktop version, then you will change those values. Small changes will be there, not padding values, the display values that will change, because in the you can see, because we are, this is the desktop version, right? So a lot of space you are giving display grid and you are aligning them one beside another, but in the mobile version you don't have that much space, right? So in that, what will happen is that we have to change the value, that is display grid. We will align with template column will be given as 1, repeat 1 after another. That means this will come first, then below it will end, the form will come. So we'll change that values will be changed in the responsive web design by mentioning the width of that particular device. You can see max width responsive that 240 pixel and below values only it will apply. Zero screen size values it will apply. You can see grid template column will be equal to 2. You can see we have maximum changes will be that margin border change will be there. No new values are added here. Only for them only we are changing. You can see grid template column is 1FR, 2FR, and 1FR. It will based on the size of the screen. It will change. The column values will be changing. The display values, most of the time the display values will change. For large device, this is for the large device. For that, the menu bar will be added. You can see background color, box shadow. Max of the time you will not be adding any new code here. Only you will change the display values will be changing. So you don't have to be like very much worried about. First, try to complete the website in mobile version or in desktop version, then change those values accordingly. You can also use the Chrome feature that we have, the inspect feature we have in the Chrome, right? So you can be able to know what size we should give, what either we should give a written the column is 1FR or 2FR, because we want, if you think that we can have more space or not. So those values will be there. So you don't have to be worry about it lot much. You just have to change those values. Small values will be there. You are not waiting anymore. You're just changing those values that are already written. That's all. Right? Okay. So that's it. This is the home page. This is the home page of the portfolio. Then we have the skills, then qualification, projects, achievements, contact. Can see one page 1, 2, and 3. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And please let me know in the comment section. And the source code is already in the description. Please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks a lot. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. The entire website is made uh, for professional use, for professional use only. You can use it for your resume. You can showcase your projects over there, and it will be a very good application for your recruiters for your first job that you are looking for. It is a very professional website, portfolio website, and you can make it. It's a very beginner friendly website. Right now we are in the home page. We can see home, skills, qualification, achievements, projects, and contact me. You can see the hover effect on the navbar elements. You can see the theme change button, that is to change from light mode to dark mode. When you click on it, you can change it from light mode to dark mode. Gives a very good functionality to this professional portfolio website. And you can see we have added our image exactly at the center, and we have the information, the biography. Then we added our icons like in LinkedIn, GitHub, and Twitter. And we also have the skills section, and you can see whenever we hover on the skills section, the images will move. This is the hover effect that we have added. Then we have the education and experience section. You can see how neatly we have aligned them. Then we have the achievement section. You can see hover effect on them. The icons will rotate 360 degrees, as well as we'll get an border line. Then we have our projects, because we are using swiper.js JavaScript library. So we have this functionality that we have added. You can see, and you can see the demo button also. Whenever we hover onto it, the arrow will move forward, and you can see this is the contact me form. We have added the informations like our email, WhatsApp number, as well as Telegram. And you can see the border effect whenever we try to enter the data into the input elements. You can see border changes to darker color, that is focus element. Then we have the send button. You can see this is the footer. This is the arrow button to move back to the starting page. As I told you before, this website has light and dark mode. This is the dark mode of the website, and you can see how smooth transition is taking place. The animation is very smooth. How detailing I have done in this project. Is a very responsive portfolio website that you can use for your resume, for your first impression to your recruiters. It will give a very professional look to your resume also. The website is entirely responsive, that is, it is also available in mobile as well as in tab version. Let me show you the mobile version. You can see this is the mobile version of the website. You can see how perfectly they have all been aligned. And you can see that the menu bar I have added at the bottom. At the bottom, you can see I have added the menu bar here. You can see giving an app-like look to the menu bar elements. Just like we open in our mobile phone, right? It gives a very professional look to our website, and the recruiter will be very impressive how you have made it look like a very professional app. You can use your resume too, and you can change the theme here by changing the theme button, which is right beside it, beside the menu element. It gives a very professional look to your resume, and it will give you a very good impression. The entire website is made using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It is a very beginner-friendly project. You can make this. The source code is available in the description, and the full tutorial is all. It will be also be available on the YouTube channel. Definitely try to visit the channel. There are a lot of websites that I've built, and each and every line of code is being explained. Full tutorials are all added into the YouTube channel every day. So definitely try to visit the channel for more amazing content. Thank you so much. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description, and the website is also available in mobile tab versions, and the website is also added with a function that is light and dark mode. And now let's try to go through the website. You can see this is the home page. The hover effect on the image, and you can see the hover effect on the download CV button, how smooth transition is taking place. And you can see the change in theme button. This is the change in theme button that we have added, and you can see right now we are in the light mode, and we can go to the dark mode again by clicking on it. Let's go to the next section, that is about me section. You can see the download CV button, hover effect on the projects, years of experience, happy clients, and customer review. You can see how neatly they have all been aligned. And then skills, my skills section, and we have used the bar effect to display the percentage of proficiency in those developments. And you can see the timeline, that is my education and experience. You can see the icons, how neatly we have aligned the icons and how neatly they are aligned in the web page. Then we can go to the portfolio section. This is the portfolio section, and you can see the hover effect on the portfolio with icons, that is GitHub, Facebook, and YouTube. You can see the smooth transition effect, the hover effect. Then we can go to the block section. You can see the hover effect on the image. You can see the hover effect on the text. Smooth transition, and you can see how neatly they have all been aligned with equal spaces by using the grid template. You can see the box shadow effect also around it. And then we can go to the contact me section. This is the contact me section. We have integrated the icons. You can see the icons and social media icons. You can see the hover effect on them. Then the form, the contact me form. Then we have the submit button. You can see this website is entirely responsive with light and dark mode integrated in it. Now this is the light mode. You can see the smooth transitions. You can see the box shadow effect for this customer review project work, how they like a 3D icon. You can see the skill section and timeline. Then the portfolio section, you can see the hover effect on the portfolios. Then blog, you can see the 3D card effect. You can see when you hover onto it, the box shadow is taking place and it gives a very 3D look to your block section. You can see the box effect, shadow box effect. Then we can go to the contact me section. You can see the smooth transitions. This website is entirely responsive, that is, it is also available in mobile as well as in desktop tab versions. Let me show you. This is the desktop version as we are seeing now. Now let's go to the mobile version. You can see this is the mobile version, and you can see the theme change button is above here on the top, and the menu bar is below. You can go to the next section. This is the about me section, skills, my timeline. Then we can go to the next portfolio section. You can see how neatly they have aligned based on the size of the device. Everything is aligned perfectly. You can see the smooth transition also. We have used JavaScript library for that. This light and dark mode gives a very professional look to your website, and it will be very comfortable for the recruiters when they see very much functionalities that have been added to your professional portfolio website. So it gives a very good opinion for the recruiters. Definitely try to build this project. The source code is available in the description, and you don't have to worry about anything. Just it's very beginner friendly. The full tutorial will be available on the YouTube channel. Please do visit the channel for more amazing content, and if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. There are a lot of tutorials available on the YouTube channel. If you like the content, please do visit and subscribe. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So now we will go through line by line code for this responsive portfolio website. As you can see here, now let's go to index.html file. So this is the index.html file. We have the meta tags, then we have the title tag for adding the title of the website, that is responsive portfolio. Then we have linked our style.css file using link tag. You can see here, this is our style.css file. Then we can go back, and here we have integrated our fonts, that is Google Fonts. Then we have added JavaScript library JS CDN JS Cloudflare font awesome external link to our website for adding the icons to our website. Then we have added the font family, that is Poppins Google font family. Then by using the link tag, then we can go to the body section. The body section, right now we are in the header section. In the header section, we have the main div, that is header content, and then we have the div of header left, inside which we have the main image using the image tag, that is home image. Then we have another div for right header. In that we have the h1 element, that is the heading element, which has I am span element to enlarge the data or to make some bold changes. We use span element. You can see here in the image that Abhiram is colored differently to the other content, like I am a web developer. So for that we use span element to separate those elements so that we can apply changes to them that we don't want to apply to others. Then we have paragraph tag. Then we have our div element for buttons, inside which we have an anchor tag and inside which we have span elements. One is download CV button and another one is FA download, which is an icon font awesome icon that we have integrated. You can see here in the image this download icon beside download CV, this icon. Then the header section ends here. We can go through the CSS likewise section by section. So right now we are adding the default values, that is margin is 0, padding is 0, box sizing is border box, Mr. style equal to none. The root is nothing but whatever the values that you are going to use in this website, those values that you can add in the root element, and you can call these values by using var element. Like you can see here, for the body element we are adding the background color by using var, and you can mention the color name that you have given. That is, here I am given color primary, right? So if you go back, you can see for the color primary we have given the back color. So this color will be applied in the body element. So this is how you can write as well as access those values from the root element into your any section or any section code that you want. Then we have light mode. For the light mode, this website has light and dark mode, right? So these root element values are for the dark mode, and this light mode are the light mode colors that we want to change, and these colors will apply to it. Then we have the body element. For the body tag, we are adding the background color, font family, and font size, color, and transition. Then we have anchor tag. For the anchor tag, we are using texture declaration is none, which is nothing but default. There are some attributes that are added to the anchor tags, like underline or color. These values, declaration values, will be removed by adding text declaration none, and we are giving a color to it, and font family is also given to it. Then we can go to the header section. For the header section, we have given the minimum height, overflow is hidden, padding is 0. Then for each and every section that we have in this entire portfolio website, we are giving minimum width to it, and minimum height, minimum width, position is absolute, left is 0, right is 0, padding is given to them. Then we have the container, because everything starts from the container, right? So for the container, we are using displace none, transform is translate y, minus 100% scale, transition is given to it, background color is changed. Active is for the so this is active, display block, animation is appear, is easy now, transition translate by x translate x y equal to 1. So this active is nothing but whenever you click on the buttons, right? You can see here, you can see if you click on these buttons towards the right side, you will get, and each and every section will be visible to you. Right now we are in the home section. You can see home section is colored. Then we have the about section, right? In the about section button, the second button, if you click on it, the about section will be visible to you. So how that possible means that you can go to the JavaScript code. You can see here what I'm doing. I'm creating a function. For that, what I'm doing is that I'm adding control service button to each and for each button. I'm adding an event listener. You can see here add event listener, click. And what happens whenever you click on that event listener, the query selector dot active button classes dot remove active button. So what happens is that whenever you click on the buttons that we have in the main home section, it will add the active list. It will for whatever the active button list are there, right? For them, it will remove the active button, and it will add and it will also change the active to remove the active list also. You can see here we are removing two things and from each and every section. So whenever you click on the button, then we are doing is a query selector dot active button. So whatever the queries in the entire index.html file has active button added to it as a class will be removed at the same time. And whatever next what we are doing then, if for all the active classes that are added to any element in the function, there also we are removing the active link. So what we are doing is active button and active link both are removed. And then dataset ID classes that add active. So what we are doing is that whenever, let me show you the image. So whenever you click on the button, next button, what happens is that first we are having an active button to this button, right? For this button and for this page, we are adding the active, because of which what is happening, display equal to block. So it will be visible. So what happens is that whenever we click on the second button, that is about the button as click, then what happens is that it will remove the active button and active list for this home section. So these both sections will be it will be disappeared, and then the about me section will come into active space because we are adding the active act, active button to the about me section. You can see document.getElement by id, button.dataset.id, classes.add active. So it will add the active list to it. And next we have the theme chain button. We are adding an event listener to the theme button that we have here on the on the top. You can see that in bigger button. Whenever you click on that button, we're gonna toggle light mode. So what happens is that you can see here, I've already shown you the light mode colors, right? So this is the light mode colors. So what happens is that whenever you click on this theme change button, right now it is the light mode. In the dark mode, uh, you can see it will be in this color format. It will be there in the dark mode. So whenever you click on this button, the theme will change. How that theme will change is that whenever you click on it, then we are toggling with the light mode. Light mode is actually a class that we have written. In that class, we have all these values, right? Color values are there. So whenever you click on the theme change button, what happens is that it will add that particular color. It will add these colors to the entire index.html file. Then by whenever you click on again, whenever you click on it again, then it will change back to the next position. That means light mode will disappear and we get the default values that we have in the root element. So this is the active section and how we are adding the sections visibility to us. Then we have the controls. Controls are nothing but you can see these are the controls that we have, the light and dark mode, the sections. These all are controls. For them, we have position is fixed, the index top is 50%, right? Display is flex. You can see flex direction is column. So that is the reason they are aligned one after the another. Then we have justify candidacy center. That control. Then we have icons for that icons for theme functions, color for pointer zones. An active button, background color is color secondary, transition is given to it. For the I element in the anchor button, active button, we are changing its color to color white. You can see here in the image black, right? So as you can see, the white color is there for the icon. Next, we can go to this theme button active, transition transfer minus 3 pixel. Theme button I icon, further we are giving font size and color and pointer events. Then the header content we are adding display grid with template column is repeat 2 1 fr. So we are adding two here, that is two details are displayed here. Then we have university 100 VH. Then left header we are using flex, center and position is relative. You can see this is the left header, this is the image. Then we have header, left header, H store, H shape. For this also we are adding the transitions. You can see the shape behind the image. This image also has a transition effect uh, for the website. For that we are adding the clip path and all of that. Then we have image. For the image we are adding height, width, margin, background color and transition. Then we have image tag. Whenever you hover onto the image, the color will change. You can see right now it is in white color, but whenever you hover from it will change back into gray color. Then we have right header, displays flex, projections column, center, and 18 pixel padding guide. You can see this is for the right data. That is, I am Abhiran, I am web developer. This data and download CV button. For the name span element, we are adding the color. You can see we are adding this color for the span element, and because of this, Abhiran would get a pink color. The paragraph element, margin and line height is given. Line height is nothing but so the gap between each and every line is there, right? That's the line height. Then we have the about section. Then we can go to the about section. In the about section, we have the main title about me, and by using the span elements, you will give me button, so special grade. Then we have my skills, which is also in span. Then we have the main div, that is about container div, and that we have left about, that is h1 that is that, and then we have paragraph element, in that we have added some data. Then we have at the another div for adding the button, that is download CV button, that we have already seen in the heroes in the intersection in the home section. Then we have write about, that is our another div. In each div we have another div. Inside we have two paragraph elements. One is for the text and one is for 500 plus and projects. Then we have br tag, which is nothing but the break tag that we have. If we break the content into two parts, projects, then below it we will get the computer. The same div is copied for again for 4 times. Then we have our skill section. You can see when we have the skill section, in the skill section we have the heading, h4 tag for heading, that is my skills. Then we have the main div, which is progress bar div, inside which we have the div as progress bar. Then we have paragraph T for having the head name. Then we have another div for the progress con, and we have paragraph type for progress text. Then we have another div with span element. This span element will be used for representing the uh, width of the progress, that is, if we mention here 80%, right? So it will showcase 80% scale in the bar. The same code is copied again for 6 more times for all the required skills. Then we have the timeline. Next we have the timeline, h4 tag for timeline. In that we have the main div as timeline. Then we have another div. Inside the div we have an icon, that is briefcase icon. Then we have paragraph element for mentioning the timeline duration. Then we have h5 element, that is heading file element for adding the position and company name. And by using the span element we are adding the company name. Then we have another paragraph element to add a small description about the about it. Then the same div element is copied again for six more times. Then here the section ends. Let's go to the about image. This is the about section. Then go to the upper container, displays blade, column repeat is 2 1 fr. You can see here we have two, that is, one is the left end and one is the right end. In the left end we have the data, and the right end we have the details. By using the each and every div, we are having all different types of divs, right? So they're getting 4 different boxes. For the right about, we are adding displays grid, view template columns 2 and gap is 2 run. So for these we are adding 4 divs, right? 4 divs means we don't have lot space, so we are using the grid template column to have only 2 beside each other, and we are having a 2 m of gap between them. Then we have uh, about item. For that border is given one pixel solid border is given to it. You can see the gray border, and then whenever you hover onto that item, we get the box shadow effect will be adding to it, and we are changing the border color to secondary color. You can see the border color is changed to green, and you can see a box shadow effect around it. Gives a 3D box look. Then for the text, we have given the font size, font weight, color values, and then we have small text before. This small text before is nothing but we can see we have an underline before each and every detail that is project completed before, years of experience before. So this text line is done by using before, which is nothing but position is absolute, left is 0, top is 15 pixel, width is equal to 2 rem, and height is equal to 2 pixel. Background color is gray color. By adding the before effect that in the CSS, we are able to make this underline, which is small line that is before the names, that is project completed, years of experience, happy clients, customer review, all of it. Then we can go to the next one, that is left about. Padding is added to it. Then we have paragraph element. For that we are adding line height, padding, color. Then H4 font size and text transform is added to it. Then we have both stats. Then we can go to the skills section. Now we are in the about skills section. Here with the image. Here is the skills section. We have the progress bars here. You can see. Next, we can see here that for the progress bar, we are using display grade with the bed column, repeat is 2, 1FR. So we are adding in each row, we are only having 2 details like HTML5 and CSS3. Then we can go to the progress bar, display flex, text direction is column. Then we have for the progress bar, progress title, we are adding text function is uppercase, font weight is 500. You can see for this HTML5. For this HTML5, we have added the text transform is uppercase, right? So all the letters will be in uppercase, and we have added the font weight to it. Then we have the progress con for the display flex, and then you can see center. You can see here, all the data is aligned exactly at the center. Then we can go to the next one, that is progress, which is 100%, and we have background color is gray color. You can see this is nothing but the first box that we have, that gray color line bar, that is the one here we have created by using the progress. Then what we are doing for the span element, we have span element inside the progress bar, right? So what we are doing position absolute means that it will hover onto it. So the green color bar is hovering, span element is hovering onto the gray color div element, so giving a look that it is creating a bar like structure. For that only we are mentioning the values here, and by mentioning the width value here we can specify how much width we have. Then for each and every section like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Code, Python, we are mentioning the width to it, and based on that width the bar span bar will be appear, that is green color bar will appear. Then we have title and before. For that title we have added it, and then absolute. Then we can go to the timeline section. The timeline, I think it's education. Yes, this is the timeline section. You can see how neatly they are aligned. Now let's go to the CSS. We are using grid and template repeat columns too. So we are adding 2 elements. We need only 2 div elements are all added, one beside the another. Then we have the timeline item is position is relative. Padding is given to it. Border left is even, that is 1 pixel solid. You can see here. You can see here this line. It is nothing but the line that we have created here by using the gray color. That is the timeline item. Then we have timeline icon. For that icon, we have given color. You can see here. This is the one, the icon that we have, the briefcase icons. For that, we are giving positions absolute and left. We are using left and right values. We can position the icons. in our website, we can position the icons using the left hand icon, left top and bottom values. Then we have the icon. We have inside the font size. Then we have the duration, and for the duration, uh, inline duration is nothing but you can see the present data. For that, we'll be padding. Then we have given background color is gray color, border load is 15 pixel, display is inline block, font size is good content, text transform is uppercase, font weight is equal to 500. You can see here that return 16% is 2009 to 2018. These all our values are nothing but the duration value, that is the time that we have returned. Now next we have H5 element where we are adding the details, then span. We have added the color, font weight, and font size. In paragraph element, we have added the color. Then we have code text. For that, we have added the padding on text color. Then for the portfolio, we have added the display square. Then good template column is to be 3. This is for the portfolio, right? So we can go to the next section, that is portfolio section. You can see here we are right now in the portfolio section. We have the main div as main title, which we have already gone through. That is my portfolio and my work. Now you can see the image here. So you can see my portfolio, and behind it you can see the my work effect that we have done, given very professional look to it. Here we are adding the main paragraph. Here is some my professional work paragraph tag. Then we have the main div, that is the portfolio's div, inside which we have a div that is portfolio item. For every single project that we have written inside it portfolio item, and we have the main div inside which we have the image view. Then we have image icon for adding the image. Then we have the div for hover items. And then in which we have H3 heading element for the project source. Then we have the div for the icons, that is GitHub icon by using the I tag. We have added the Facebook icon as well as YouTube icon. The same code is copied again for different projects that we have used here. I have repeated it for like 6 times for 6 total 6 projects that I have added. And you can see here, this is the one. For you can see when we hover onto the project image, you can see the progress project source, and we are able to see the icons that we have integrated, that is GitHub, Facebook, as well as YouTube. You can go to the styles now. You can see the sports now portfolio, and in the portfolio you can see the display is there, and we have the template column repeating for the 3, right? So 3 elements will be repeated. You can see 3 projects are repeated in a single row. Then you can go to the portfolio item, position is to border radius is given. For the image we are adding the width, height, object width, and border radius. Border radius is nothing but 15 pixel, right? So get a curved, semi-curved edges, edges you can see here for the portfolio image. Then we have the hover items. Hover items is nothing but you can see here whenever you hover onto this image, you can see a blue color blurrish background is created and will showcase the project source and the icons will be displayed, right? So for that, we'll give CSS here, width is given, height is given, which is equivalent to 100%. So from page one that one, and we are creating the linear gradient, blue color linear gradient. You can see by using the background, and because we are adding position is absolute, it will hover onto the parent element. You can see here. And for that, we are using display flex, like justify content to center, align item to center, flex directions column. That is one below another. You can see project type password is one name, social like part is one name. So the align exactly towards the column. It's the element and icons. We are adding the display flex, justify content to center, align item to center. And for each and every icon, we are adding the border radius with 20%. You can see we get an exact circle icon. Then fix the center, justify content to center, cursor pointer. Then we have portfolio icon. For the icon, we are adding the font size, color, margin. Then we have whenever we hold onto the icon, the background color will change. For these icons, the background color will change into white color. Then we have Whenever we hover onto the portfolio item, that is the portfolio image, this will be visible to us. The project shows the icon will be visible to us. Thus opacity will be 1 and transform for the scale 1%. So we scale into the website. Then we have block. You can go to the block section. Inside the block section, we have the main div, that is the main title div, that is my blog and my blog. And then we have the main div, which is blog, inside which we have the div with class name as blog. And then we have an image tag for adding the image. Then we have the div that is blog text, h4 heading element, and P is for paragraph element. And the same blog div is repeated again for 6 more times, where we can add 6 blog elements. Let me show you the blog image. So this is the blog image that we have, and you can see whenever you hold on to it, we can get a box effect around the section each of that we have, and the image will scale. So let's now go to the CSS. So here we are also adding the grid, displays grid, and grid template column is repeat 3 1FR. So we are adding 3 divs in one row. And you can see that for each and every block we are adding the background color is added, border row this is 5 pixel, box shadow is given to it. You can see the box shadow around the each and every box that we have. Then whenever you hover onto the block element, then the box shadow will change at the same time. Transition also will take place for the image, that is you can see here the image will be moving out of it whenever you hover onto it. Can see here image. When we have the block text for the margin padding and border the top is given, then we have h4 element, and whenever you hover onto the h4 element, you can see the heading element, you can see it will change into from white color to it will change to green color. You can see here because we are added h4 element, however color equal to secondary color will be added to it. For the paragraph element, we are adding the color of gray, line height is given, padding bottom is 100. Then we have the contact form. Can go to the contact. This is the contact me. Where it's go to the contact me section. We have the native, that is contact container. Then we have the div for main title with the h2 element, that is heading element, and span element for writing the name and text that we are going to have. You can see here contact me, and we have it also. We have contact, which is light green color, which gives a 3D look to the website. And we have the main div, that is contact content, inside which we have the div left content, and inside which we have a div again div contact info, contact item, and inside each contact item we have a div for adding the icon, that is map icon, and we have span for location. Then we have paragraph element and mention the location, that is Russia, and the same div is copied again. And the next page we are adding the email, then it is copied again, we added the education, then we copied again, and when we added mobile number, then we have languages. Then we have another div, that is contact icons div, inside which we have the main contact icon with using the answer tags, as well as I tag here integrated the Facebook, Twitter, GitHub, and YouTube icons into the contact me form. Then we have the right content. Inside the right content div, we add the form element, and by using the form, we are adding the input elements for text and email. You can see name and email. Then we have another div for input text, that is subject. Then we have another div for text area. So whenever you want to add more data, you can use text area, and here I'm having columns is 15 and rows are 8. And then we have another div for submit button. Inside an anchor element, we have 2 span elements. One span element is for the submit button, and another span element is for the submit icon, that is FA envelope icon. The section ends here, the contact me section ends here. You can go to the styles. Here you can see for the left content flex equal to 2, and for the left content we are giving h4. For the h4 element, you can see this is the h4 elements, which are the names that we have. For that we are adding margin top, font size, and text transform is uppercase. Then we have the paragraph element. For that margin is given. Then we have the paragraph element, for that margin is given. And then we have the flex direction for the contact item. You can see contact, flex direction, flex justify content is space between. You can see the space is added between the names, that is location, email, education, and the details that we have given. And then we have the paragraph element, then we have the icon, and then we have I tag. For the I tag is added for each and every I tag that we have, that is icons. We have added the text, that is border radius is 50%, and displays flex, and align items is center, font size is given to them. Then we have the anchor element, that is flex, center. You can see this is the second one. You can see the input form elements, and you can see whenever you hover onto the submit button, it will the color will spread across the entire submit button. That is also given here. So whenever you hover onto it, the background color will change into secondary color, and the I tag color will change into color primary. You can see here it will change into white color, and the background color will change into green color whenever you hover onto that button. And then we have the right content. For the right content, flex is 3, margin left is 3 rem. Then input controls are given to it. Text area. Then we have the IC2 and last child. This is nothing but margin left. And submit button, we are using displays flex. Justify content is flex start. You can see this button. It will start from the form starting position because we are added flex start as a justify content is flex start. Then we have a component that we have main button, and this button we have already gone through it. Then this main button title, these are for the main section. Let me show you. You can see these buttons, we have the control buttons. You can see here control active button. Then we have the buttons, that is home, user, briefcase, newsletter, envelope, open. Then we have the team button, that is FA adjust button. Here we have them, and for them only we have added the values to it. Then this is for whenever you hover onto the button, it will check as changes. Then main title, you can see these are values we have already seen through. Then we are going to add the edited media screen values, which is nothing but the to add the responsiveness to this website. That is, it can be able to access in mobile tab as well as in the desktop version. We have added the media screen values to here, and max width means that 600 below values will 600 below screen size only these values will be affected. And for that we are these values will be very small changes will be there. The width and height values will change. With template values repeat one, right? Because we are going with below 600 pixel means that we are coming to the mobile device. In the mobile device we don't have large space like in the desktop version, right? So we can, by using the grid template column equal to one repeat one, that means only single element will be repeated in this section because the size of the screen will be less. So only display values will change, grid values are changing. No new code is added here. You can see most of the time grid template values are only changing, adding. You can see no new code is added here. Just we are changing the size of the value, or we are aligning the items in the mobile screen size based on the mobile screen size only. We are not adding any new code here. And max width is 1432. For that is below 1432 screen devices, these values will be applied. And 1232 also. You can see grid template padding values are only changing. You can see the font size is changing because we don't want large font size in the small mobile device, right? So we are not adding any new values here. We are just changing the values, reducing those values based on the screen size that we have, and that's it. Then we can go. That's it. We have already went to that this code also. So that's it for this portfolio website. You can see this is the home section, about section, skills, education, portfolio, blog, contact, contact to, and home. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Please let me know in the comment section if you like any suggestions that you have for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description, and the website is also available in mobile tab versions, and the website is also added with a function that is light and dark mode. And now let's try to go through the website. You can see this is the home page, the hover effect on the image, and you can see the hover effect on the download CV button, how smooth transition is taking place. And you can see the change in theme button. This is the change in theme button that we have added, and you can see right now we are in the light mode, and we can go to the dark mode again by clicking on it. Let's go to the next section, that is about me section. You can see the download CV button, hover effect on the projects, years of experience, happy clients and customer review. You can see how neatly they have all been aligned. And then skills, my skill section, and we have used the bar effect to display the percentage of proficiency in those developments. And you can see the timeline, that is my education and experience. You can see the icons, how neatly we have aligned the icons and how neatly they are aligned in the web page. Then we can go to the portfolio section. This is the portfolio section, and you can see the hover effect on the portfolio with icons, that is GitHub, Facebook and YouTube. You can see the smooth transition effect, the hover effect. Then we can go to the block section. You can see the hover effect on the image. You can see the hover effect on the text, smooth transition, and you can see how neatly they have all been aligned with equal spaces by using the grid template. You can see the box shadow effect also around it. And then we can go to the contact me section. This is the contact me section. We have integrated the icons. You can see the icons and social media icons. You can see the hover effect on them. Then the form, the contact me form. Then we have the submit button. You can see this website is entirely responsive with light and dark mode integrated in it. Now this is the light mode. You can see the smooth transitions. You can see the box shadow effect for this customer review project work, how they like a 3D icon. You can see the skill section, then timeline, then the portfolio section. You can see the hover effect on the portfolios. Then blog, you can see the 3D card effect. You can see when you hover onto it, the box shadow is taking place and it gives a very 3D look to your block section. You can see the box effect, shadow box effect. And then we can go to the contact me section. You can see the smooth transitions. This website is entirely responsive, that is, it is also available in mobile as well as in desktop tab versions. Let me show you. This is the desktop version as we are seeing now. Now let's go to the mobile version. You can see this is the mobile version, and you can see the theme change button is above here on the top, and the menu bar is below. You can go to the next section. This is the about me section, skills, my timeline. Then we can go to the next portfolio section. You can see how neatly they have aligned based on the size of the device. Everything is aligned perfectly. You can see the smooth transition also. We have used JavaScript library for that. This light and dark mode gives a very professional look to your website, and it will be very comfortable for the recruiters when they see very much functionalities that have been added to your professional portfolio website. So it gives a very good opinion for the recruiters. Definitely try to build this project. The source code is available in the description, and you don't have to worry about anything. Just it's very beginner friendly. The full tutorial will be available on the YouTube channel. Please do visit the channel for more amazing content. And if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. There are a lot of tutorials available on the YouTube channel. If you like the content, please do visit and subscribe. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. This website is entirely responsive, and you can see the very perfectly professional look to your website. Your personal portfolio can be very helpful for you in your recruitment section whenever you're applying for a job. So right now we are in the home section. You can see the nav bar. You can see the hover effect on the nav elements, the color change effect, and you can see the infinite change in text. You can see how it's going back and front and revealing that text. Then we have the hover effect on the buttons. You can see. Then hover effect on the our social media icons. Then you can see the smooth transition of revealing of elements, and you can see an infinitely moving. This is done by using keyframes in the CSS. You can see the hover effect, how neatly they have all been aligned, and you can see the hover effect on the education and experience section, and you can see how neatly we have created the lines. And the skill section, the progress bar section, you can see the hover effect, and you can see how neatly we have given the bar effect, giving a very professional look to your website. Then you can see the contact me form, and you can use submit button. Right, this button is for moving back to the starting page. You can see we have also used JavaScript here, and we can go back. This website is entirely responsive. That is, it is also available in mobile version, tab version also. Now let me show you the mobile version. So this is the mobile version. You can see how neatly they have all been aligned exactly at the center, perfectly aligned. And this website is especially for the students who are looking for the resume projects, right? You need very important projects in your resume, and it will give a very professional look to your resume, and it will give a very good impression to your recruiters. Very job friendly. You can see the menu bar, and the animation effect, the transition effect is also very cool, and you can see that it is not taking very much of time or delayed responses. It is very fast, and this website is entirely beginner friendly. That is, even you can make it on by yourself. The source code is available in the description, and definitely try to build this project. And don't, if you have any doubts, any queries about the project, please do visit uh, the channel back again, and comment your errors that you are facing or any issues regarding the source code that I have provided, and or if you need any help in uh, getting new tutorials, or you want me to make any more information that you want you to let me know about web development, front-end development, and definitely comment, and the source code is available in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. The full tutorials are also available on the website. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So now let's go to the index.html file. Right now we are in the index.html file. In the head section, you can see the meta tags. Then we have the title tag, that is responsive personal portfolio website. Then we have the link tag for our style.css file. You can see this is the style.css file. Then we have the link for box icons using the link tag. Then we have the body tag. In that we have the header tag, an anchor tag with the logo, that is art, Then we are using a div element for the animation, that is for the menu icons that we are going to use in the mobile version. Then we have the main navbar. Inside that we have the anchor tag with the h reference to that particular section. Whenever we click on that button, we will move to that particular section like home, about, education, skills and contact sections. Then we have active nav, span element and animation for the span element. This is for the animation effect that we have created in the for the website. For this animation here we are using this to get a proper animation. Then we can go to the home section. In the home section we can see we have the main div, that is a home content div. Inside we have an h1 element, that is heading tag. Here we are using the name. Then we have text animate, the text that we want to animate. For that we are using a div, and then we are using an h3 element for that name, and we are using a span element for the animation that we are going to use. You can see here in the image the front end developer is an entirely typing animation effect will be visible to you. We are going to use the CSS for that. Then we have the paragraph tag and span element for animation. Then we have another div, that is button box. Inside that we have two anchor elements with hire me and let's talk buttons with giving class name as button. For the button effect we are using CSS for creating these buttons here, giving a proper button effect. Then we have another div for home site. Here these are the social media icons we have, that is box icons. Here we are using by the I tags, we are referring Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Then we are adding a span element for the animation. This span element is for the animation purposes. Then we have another div for image hover. Here we are adding a span element for that. Now the home section ends here. So now let's go to the CSS also, and so that you can be able to understand it perfectly. First we are importing the Google fonts, that is Poppins, using the date import URL. Then we are giving the global fonts here, global values we are giving, that is margin, padding, box size, box sizing, text decoration is none, border is none, outline is none, scroll behavior is smooth. The font family that we are going to use is Poppins sans serif. The root element is nothing but whatever the values that you are going to use in this website you can add here. I'm adding the main colors that I'm going to use in this, and I'm going to call those colors by using the var element. You can see here var bg color for the body element. By giving the name here, I'm calling this over here by using the var element. Then for HTML font size and overflow is hidden. Then body tag, for that we are adding the background color, background as well as color to it. Then we have the header. For the header, position is fixed, 0, top is 0, left is 0, width is 100%, padding is given, background is transparent, displays flex, justify content is space between. You can see that the logo as well as the nav elements are spaced, the space is added between them. Then all items are aligned exactly at the center. Then header sticky, background equal to variable. For the background we are adding the color for this. Then we can go to the logo. The logo position, font size, color and font weight is given. Navbar is relative, and for each navbar anchor element we are giving the font size, color, font weight and margin is given to them. And whenever you hover on to the navbar as well as whenever it is an active color, the color will change to main color. You can see here main color is the blue color. Whenever it is in active state, the sound will appear. And as well as whenever the menu icon says the thing position is relative, font size is 3.6 rem, color is given, cursor pointer, displays none. So this menu icons will only be displayed. This one is for the mobile version. And here what we are going let me show you the script also, so that I will complete the header section here itself. So you can see here I am taking the reference as query selector, menu icon. So this menu icon I'm creating a constant in the JavaScript, that is menu icon and navbar. So whenever you click on the menu icon, it will toggle the active list to it. So what is this active means is that whenever you click on the menu icon here, that will be available in the mobile version, then it will add this active list to this particular navbar. And whenever you add the active list to it, the menu bar will be displayed. The menu will be displayed. You can see here the menu icon displays none, but whenever you click on the menu icon, the display will change into active and the menu items will be visible in the mobile view. Then the section starts. For the section we are adding minimum height and padding is given. For the home section I'm adding display flex, align items is center, and I'm adding the background image using the URL, and you can see the background image. This is the background image that I've added. Then we can go to the home content. Maximum width is given, C index, and for H1 element we are adding the position, and uh, font weights are added. Then we are adding the H1 span element. For that we are adding the color. You can see H1 span element. This is the one span element. We are adding the color to it. Then we are using the text animate. For that width is given. For each text animate H3 element we are adding the font size, font weight, color is transparent. Get text stroke. This is nothing by using this linear gradient effect. What we are creating is that you can see that this text will front-end developer is there, right? So it will continuously move and it will create a hollow structure. That is, front-end development will be like in the skeleton structure, and it will fill the color whenever it's moving towards forward and go back. It will go back also. That is created here by using the CSS. And history animation is added to it, that is home bg text. Then we are using the before effect to create it, and then it's the home content paragraph element position, font size, margin is given. Then we have the line height, and for the button box we are giving position is relative, and justify content is space between, so that the both buttons are placed beside each other with space between them. Then for the each button we are adding the display, justify content is added, height is added, background border radius is 2 rem, and we are adding the border equal to 0.8 rem, right? So it is giving a lightly curved edges to the buttons that were created. And whenever you hover onto it, the color will change. And for the nth child, that is by selecting child also, we can select which one that we want to prefer. For the second one, here we are using the background is transparent and color is main color. You can see here the second button is only having the border color is given to it. There is no background color to it. Then we have for the second child, whenever you hover onto it, the color will change into PG color, and background color also will change. That is, it will come back to the full color like the first one. Then before home social icons. For that we are using the absolute button where this is display flex, justify content is space between. You can see all of them are aligned between each space added between them, the social icons. Then each for each social icon a anchor tag, we are giving the display height values, background border radius is given, border radius is 50%, so you can see an entire circle around the icon. Then whenever you hover onto them, the color will change. Before, and whenever you hover onto this icon, that is the social media icon, it will continuously, the background will change, and the Facebook F, right? So icon will change into white color. Then we can go to the about section. I show you the about image. This is the about image. This is the about section. In the about section we are using the heading, the same one that we have already went to, that is the heading tag, that is about me. And when we are using a div element here for about image, in that we are adding an image tag for the portfolio image, and we are creating one a span element for circular spin, animation scroll. For both of them we are creating two span elements. Then we have a div for about content, and I'm using an h3 element for the heading. Then paragraph element, then I have a span element for the animation scroll. Then I have another div for btn box, and buttons that exactly the same as the above one. Here I am using an anchor tag for contact me button and animation scroll that we have already seen. So now let's go to the CSS along with it. Here you can see I'm adding display flex, justify content is center, or everything is aligned exactly the center, and the flex direction is column, right? So everything is aligned exactly in the center, in the column direction, that is one after the another. And heading we are using position is related to span element, color is given to it, and about image we are giving the relative position, height width is given, border radius is 50%. You can see giving an exact circle for the image. Then circular spin is the circular spin is nothing but you can see the semicircle that is around here, it is continuously spinning, right? That one is created by using the circular spin that we have added as span element in that. By using the position is absolute, top is 50% and left is 50%, it is exactly covering it. Transition border radius is 50% is given to it, and you can see the border and about content we are using text and center and history element, paragraph element also we are adding font size, margin values, then button boxes we are using display is equal to inline block, and whenever you hover onto it the background color will change for the button. Then we can go to the education section. This is the education section, education and experience section. Here is the education section. In that I'm using the h2 element for the heading as usual. Then I'm using the education row. Inside that I'm using a div as education column where h3 element is used as a title, that is education, and inside that I have a main div that is education box. Inside that I have an education content which is repeated again for as many educations that you want to add. This is the div I'm repeating here. We can see a div. Inside that we have a content and div for adding the years, that is by using the box icons I am adding the icon that is calendar icon, and then I'm using history element for the heading, paragraph element. Then the same div is copied again, the education content div is copied again for 3 more times, and I'm adding a span element for animation scroll. Then I'm going for the experience section. In that experience section the same code that I've used here, the same code I'm copying again here, and in the place of education I'm using the experience, that is the only data I'm changing. You can see I'm adding it for 3 more times for the experience section, and I'm adding the span element animate scroll. This is the education and experience section. Now let's go to the CSS file. So it displays flex, justify content is center, align items is center, flex direction is column, minimum height is auto. So you can see the align the column direction, that is one after the another, and each education row displays flex direction is wrap, and gap is 5 m. You can see the gap between each and every one is 5 m. Then we have the title. For the title position, display, font size and margin is given, and education box we are adding the border left to it, and for each education content we are adding the padding left and before. This is for the content. The box effect you can see in the image. So this one, whenever you hover onto it, it will change. That box effect is created by using the before one, by creating a border radius 50%. This is nothing but the one that is here. You can see the circular one, we are creating it using the before effect, education content before effect. We are creating top is 0, left is 0, left is minus 1.1, and height is 2 m. The border is 50%, creating an exact circular dot by using the before effect of the CSS file. Then we are using the content. For the content we are adding the display, position is relative, padding, border radius is given to it, margin bottom is 2 m, overflow is hidden. You can see this is for the box that we are creating. That is the reason we are getting a lightly curved edges. Then before width equal to 100%, over whenever you hover onto the width will change to 100%, and here for the ear element we are adding the font size, color and padding bottom is added. For ear I tag we are adding the padding right, history element, paragraph element. Then we are going to the skills section. This is the let me show you the skills section. This is the skills section. In the skills section we have the h2 element, same heading tag. Then we have the main div, that is skills row, and skills column. In that we are adding the h3 element for the heading tag element for the title, that is coding skills, and we are using a div that is skill box. Inside that we have another div that is skill content, and has a div for each div, that is progress. For each and every skill we are adding an h3 element. Then we are adding a div for the bar that we are going to create, and the same div is copied again for CSS, JavaScript, React, and we are adding a span element for animation scroll. The same div, the same entire div, that is skill box, is entire div is copied again for professional skills, and I'm using same one, the h3 element div for the bar. So same one I'm using here also for the next, that is for the professional skills, and I'm adding a span element for the animation scroll. Then you can see that the skill section ends here. can go to the CSS here. The skills minimum height is auto, padding bottom is 7 rem, background is given to it. Then we have the skills H2, that is for the H2 tag, that is heading tag, we are adding displays inline block. Left is given to, left is 50%, transforms translate wise minus 50%. That is nothing but whenever you can see here, whenever you hover onto it, the background will be there, right? Then for the H2 element that we have added, then we have the skills row. For each skills row displays flex direction is wrap. Skills column, we are adding flex equal to 140 rem, because of which only the flex items will be aligned exactly one after the another. Then we have title skills box, then skills content. For that we are adding the position, border radius is given to it. Then we have skills content before, then we have 0%, height is width is given to it. Then we have width is 0%, height is 100%, background bar bg color is given, the index is -1, transition is -5 seconds. And this is nothing but whenever you hover on to this skills section, right, coding skills or professional skills, you will see a light screen effect that will be displayed to you by using this one before effect that we are creating here. Then for the progress bar, we are adding the padding and its real element, font size, displays flex, space between we are adding. Then we are adding the span. For the span, we are adding the color. And for the bar, we are creating height is equal to 2.5 rem, border radius is 8 rem. You can see here the bar, this bar, the percentage bar, and progress for each and every progress bar. By using the child values, we are giving the width values to it, so that we will be able to get the exact score that we are adding here. You can see 90% bar is filled, 80% bar is filled. Similar way, that is how we are adding the, by using the end child values, we are adding the values to it. By changing the width values, we are adding them for each and every child element. Then we can go to the contact me section. This is the contact section. The contact section, you can see we have the same heading tag for the H2 element using the H2 element, and then we have the form element. Inside that we have a box for input box and input field div. Inside that we have an input tag with the type is text and placeholder is given as full name. And we have the span element for focus element that we're going to create. The same div, input field div, is copied again for 2 more times, and we are adding a span element for the animation scroll. Then we have the same input div box copied again for 2 more times for input number, for the type number, text for adding the mobile number and email subject, and we are having the same span element animation scroll. Then we have a text area field. In that we are adding a text area tag for by with the columns as 30, row is 10. Whenever you want to add more data that you want to let the user to enter, then we use the text area. Then we use the text area, and then we have the div for the btn box, that is buttons, that is one is submit button that we are adding, and animation scroll span value is added here. And we have the footer. In that footer we are adding the div, the main div. Inside that we have the paragraph tag for adding the copyright button, and animation scroll span is added here. Then we have the footer icon top. This button is nothing but arrow up button, so whenever you click on this button, it will move back to the starting page. And we have linked our script element by using the script tag. This is the one. This is the contact me form. The contact, for that we are adding minimum height, padding bottom is given. Contact H2 value, that is heading to value, we are adding displays inline block. Left is 50%, transform translate 50%. And we are adding the contact form. For the form element, we are adding maximum width equal to 70 rem, margin and text align is center, and each input box is positioned related to displays flex. Justify content is space between. The flex wrap is wrapped. So you can see they are wrapped in one single row beside each other, and space is added between them. You can see here the space is added, justify content space between. Then for each input field, we are adding the position is relative, width is 49%, margin is given to it. Field input, text area for the field input, as well as for the text area we are adding the width values. You can see width is 100%, height is 100%, font size, font weight value, color background is given to it. Border radius is 6 rem. You can see lightly curved edges for each and input element that we have. Then for the placeholder, we are adding the color as text color. You can see placeholder with the values, that is full name, mobile number, email subject, your name, your message. Then focus element. For the focus element, we are adding the absolute. There's nothing but whenever you click on this button and enter any data, for that one we are adding the focus element. This focus element will be visible for each and every one. You can see here focus for the input fields as well as for the text area. The width will be equal to 100%. It will give a very classy and professional look to your website. Then we have the text area field. For that position is relative margin, display flex is haven't to the text area, resize is none. Resize is nothing but the size will not increase until it will just continuously enter. This you can enter the data. For the buttons, we are adding the cursor pointer. Footer displays flex, justify continuous space between align item to center. We are adding the footer elements here. Footer has only two elements. One is the button for up arrow, and one is for the copyright button that we have in the paragraph element. Icon top, anchor tag that we have used for it. Position is added to it. Display flex is center, align item to center. Overflow is hidden. Then for the anchor tag before, we are creating a box effect that is given onto it. So whenever you hover onto it, the width will be 100%. It is an animation that we have added. Then you can see the animation reload and scroll. That is this animate for the animation is added to it. Position is absolute. Top is 0, width is 100%, height is 100%, background with BG color, and width is given to it. And for each animation that we are doing is for the logo, navbar, and menu icon, and home, show, animate, animation. This for that we are adding the animation that is show right. The show right is nothing but you can show right animation is added to it. That is from the right side, the animation will start, and in the child we are adding the background color is given. And for about show animation and education show animate, skill show animate, for that transition delay will be calculated based on whenever you moving from one section to the section, right? Then the animation will take place. Then for now selection we are using for Firefox. Here I'm using color, background is added, selection is color and background is added. For the breakpoints is nothing but the responsive web design. That is nothing but whenever you want to make your website available in mobile, tab, desktop, in any version of the devices that you want to apply, then you will add the edited media queries to it. That based on the size, that is 200 pixel is nothing but for the desktop version I'm creating here. So first you have to do is that you have to complete the website in any one of it, that is either in mobile or in desktop. You complete the entire code, then you just have to change the font size values, padding values. You can see padding, width values are changing because in the mobile view you don't have as much as space as in the desktop, right? The space is reduced, so we have to reduce the values. That's all. We are not creating any new values here, we are just reducing the values. We are changing the display values here. You can see the navbar active, left equal to 0. This is whenever you click on the nav menu icon that we have seen in the script, right? In the script in the script.js we have seen this is for the navbar, right? So that will add the active list and it will display the menu icon for us. It will display the menu bar, entire menu, that is active navbar, and position is right here. Active nav element left, transition nav element, anchor tags, we are adding the font size, printer. Then you can see for the 520 below values, this is for the different screen sizes I'm using here. Display values only will change. Most of the time display values, font size values, margin values will change. Change is nothing but we are not adding anything, we are reducing the size values, that's all. First it will be like 10 rem, we are using 5 rem, that's all. And these are the animations that we are using. By using the keyframes we can add an animation that is mentioning the percentages that we want the animation to take place. You can write here, and you can see this is for the home cursor and about spinner and show right button, that is width equal to 0%, 100%. This is the entire one. This is the navbar that we have added, header sticky. This window is nothing but whenever you move on from one section to another section, right, it will get the attribute as id values will, it will catch up, and those id values will be used to know that right now at which section you are right now in, and it will make the top menu icon nav elements will be there, right? The color will change automatically, so that it is like continuously recognizing which section you are moving from. So that is added here by gathering your id values of your particular section. That's it. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. Definitely try to visit the channel for more amazing content, for more tutorials, and source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. Definitely let me know what your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. This website is entirely responsive and you can see the very perfectly professional look to your website. Your personal portfolio can be very helpful for you in your recruitment section whenever you're applying for a job. So right now we are in the home section. You can see the nav bar. You can see the hover effect on the nav elements, the color change effect, and you can see the infinite change in text. You can see how it's going back and front and revealing that text. Then we have the hover effect on the buttons. You can see. Then hover effect on the our social media icons. Then you can see the smooth transition of revealing of elements, and you can see an infinitely moving. This is done by using keyframes in the CSS. You can see the hover effect, how neatly they have all been aligned, and you can see the hover effect on the education and experience section, and you can see how neatly we have created the lines, and the skill section, the progress bar section. You can see the hover effect, and you can see how neatly we have given the bar effect, giving a very professional look to your website. Then you can see the contact me form, and you can use submit button. Right, this button is for moving back to the starting page. You can see we have also used JavaScript here, and we can go back. This website is entirely responsive. That is, it is also available in mobile version, tab version also. Now let me show you the mobile version. So this is the mobile version. You can see how neatly they have all been aligned exactly at the center, perfectly aligned. And this website is especially for the students who are looking for the resume projects, right? You need very important projects in your resume, and it will give a very professional look to your resume, and it will give a very good impression to your recruiters. Very job friendly. You can see the menu bar, and the animation effect, the transition effect is also very cool, and you can see that it is not taking very much of time or delayed responses. It is very fast, and this website is entirely beginner friendly. That is, even you can make it on by yourself. The source code is available in the description, and definitely try to build this project. And don't, if you have any doubts, any queries about the project, please do visit uh, the channel back again, and comment your errors that you are facing or any issues regarding the source code that I have provided, and or if you need any help in uh, getting new tutorials, or you want me to make any more information that you want you to let me know about web development, front-end development, and definitely comment, and the source code is available in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video. The full tutorials are also available on the website. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. This is a grass morphism type portfolio website. You can see the effect, and you can see the effect of typing effect. That is nothing but using the typed JavaScript library. We are doing this freelancer web developer. You can see a typing effect. Then we have hover effect on the buttons. You can see the background color change, as well as hover effect on the social media icons. You can see, and our portfolio, and you can see continuous infinity loop background design that we have created for the dots. Will move continuously. You can see them, and then you can see the chart section. Welcome to the chart. This is one of the online charting section that I've created here. Then we can go to the next section, that is about section. This is the about section. You can see the portfolio image, the border curvature that we have done, and how neatly we have aligned the skills using the class morphism type. Then we have the education, download CV, as well as contact me button. And you can go to the experience section. You can see how neatly we have aligned them all. Then we can go to the portfolio section. This is the portfolio section. You can see how neatly we have aligned all our projects. And whenever you click on this view project button, a new page opens with your portfolio image as well as details, like when it was created, technologies used, role, and online demo. You can click on this button for that viewing that project. You can see smooth transitions. There's no delays or any type of errors. Smooth transition. You can see easily we are able to visit the website as well as exit the website. Then we can go to the contact me section. This is the contact section. We have the type functions here, then send message button, social media icon. You can see the hover effect and background color change. This website is entirely responsive. That is, it is also available in mobile as well as in tab version. Let me show you that. This is the desktop version of the website. Now let's go to the mobile version. This is the mobile version of the website. You can see how neatly they have aligned exactly the center and well spaced. Then we can go to the next section, about section. This is the about section. You can see perfectly aligned with the size of the screen, that is for the mobile device. Then we can go to the projects, this portfolio. You can see how they are aligned. And next, contact me section. Perfectly aligned. And this website is entirely responsive. It is great for mobile, desktop, tab versions. You can use it for professional as well as personal use. It will give a very good impression for the recruiters. And the source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Definitely try to visit the channel for more amazing tutorials. The line by line code has been explained, and it will give a very good intro into the web development, and you will be able to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript by doing these practical projects. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So now let's go through the line by line code for this responsive portfolio website, glass morphism portfolio that we have designed. This is the latest one. This is the home page. This is the index.html file. In the head section we have the title tag, then we have the meta elements, then we have linked our fav icon as well as font awesome css as well as style.css file. You can see this is the style.css file. Then you can go to the body section. In the body section we have the preloader. Then we have the circles that we have, the 4 circles using the div elements we have created. You can see those circles here, 1, 2 and 3, and this white one, 4 circles that we have created using an empty div. Then we have given the CSS colors to them so that it could look like an original circle. Then we have div, overlay div. Then we have the main hidden div. Inside that we have the header. Inside that we have the main div as a container, and we have a button for the nav toggler, that is the nav menu button. Then we have the nav bar. Inside the nav we have an another list item, and each list item has an anchor tag with an h reference to that particular section that we want to move whenever we click on that button, that is home, about, portfolio, and contact. Then we have the home section, then the header section ends here. Let's go through the CSS so that you can be able to understand it perfectly. So this is the CSS. First we are importing the font using import at the date URL. Then we are using the root elements. Is the variable values that we are going to use in this website. We will have to mention them in the root element so that it will be easy for us to use his values directly by just calling them using var element. You can see here we are using color equal to var. blue dark, which is directly calling this name that we have given here. Then we can go to the next one, that is the global settings that we give. That is box sizing is border box, padding is given, margin is given, outline is done. Then before and after we are adding box sizing equal to border box. Then for the body element we are adding the minimum height, background color. You can see we are using linear gradient to get this gradient effect. You can see the color is fading, that is two colors, one is red as well as orange. They're fading, giving a linear gradient effect to the background color. Then background attachment is fixed, font size, font family, color, and overflow access can hidden. We are using with top highlight color equal to transparent, so you can be able to get an glass morphism type effect that we have created. Then for the body height scrolling, overflow y equal to hidden. Then for body, before we are using content, position is fixed, top is 0, light is 0, height is 100%, width is 100%, background color is given to them. And for the default values, global values, we are giving for the anchor tag, we are removing the default values. So for that we are adding text decoration is equal to none. And for h1 h2 element we are giving the font weight, and same for the h4 h5 h6, this is nothing but the heading tags. Then for the image we are giving maximum width equal to 100%, vertical align is middle. Then another list is style equal to none. To remove any styles that have defaultly added to them will be removed by using the style equal to none. And for each section we are adding the background color, that is white alpha. Then border is added where minimum height is given, border radius is 30 pixel, and you can see the border radius, it gives a curved edges to this particular section. Then section active displays block animation, this is for the fade out animation that we have. Then we can go to the main section, maximum width is given, margin, transform, position is relative, main fade out is given, opacity equal to 0, container is given. Then row displays flex, wrap is wrap. These are like global values which will be used for the website. You can see in the directly we can give the class names here, and these values will be applied to them. That is the reason it is called as global values. Then for the section title we are using section padding is given, padding maximum width is added. Then for the section title we are adding the padding width, text align. And then for the padding section title and h2 element we are giving the font size and text transform is capitalized. And custom scroll bar we are creating using WebKit scroll bar, and width is 5 pixel. And for the text we are using background color equal to var, and background color thumb is given to us as main color. You can see here. Then we can go to the buttons. For the button we are giving font family equal to inherit and user select equal to none. Then button btn, line height, background color is given, border is given. You can see the button in the image here. You can see this is the button that we have. Then as a pointer, user select is done, position is given, overflow is hidden, vertical align equal to middle. Then we have before effect for it, that is we can main color will be given as a background color. You can see here. And whenever you hover onto the button, the color will change. Then we have the animation keyframes that we are using, that is fade in and fade out, zoom in out, bounce, stop. These all are the animations that we have added. For that we are mentioning using the keyframes by mentioning the values 0% to 100%. We can mention what type of values that you want to change. Here I am changing opacity values as well as transform for the zoom in out. Then boom, translate y to the bounce, stop, and spin for the rotate. Spin is nothing but rotate. So I'm going to use this directly keyframe values directly here. Then these values will be able we can be able to see. You can see here width is given here. So next, background circles. the circles that we have created. uh, for those circles, we have seen in the here we can see big circles. For these circles we are creating the background effect for them, the color, the border, everything. For that only big grand circles we are using fixed. Top is 0, height is given, maximum width, as well as for the div we are giving position is absolute, border radius is 50%. And as you can see, for each and every circle we are giving the values. For the circle 1 we are giving height equal to 60, width equal to 60, background color is blue, and it is positioned exactly at left side 5%, top side 10%, opacity is 0.3. And you can see the animation is zooming out. It is infinitely, and you can see zooming out is the keyframe that we have created here. You can see this is the zooming out keyframe, that is transfer scale 0.5 to 1. Then we have the circle 2, then circle 3 and circle 4. For each one we are adding the different type of animation that we are using. And then overlay is the position is fixed, background color is transparent, and when it overlay is active the visibility will be visible. Then page loader, whenever we loading the page, that is whenever we starting the page at the starting position of the page, then we will get this page loader. It's nothing but a circular GIF that you can see. That I'm giving position is fixed, left is 0, it is 0. It will place the loader exactly at the center, and height is width is given. Then G index, background color, display flex, align items is center, justify content is center, opacity is given. Then opacity equal to 0. Then page loader div is given for that background position, as well as border radius is given to it. Then in child, we can go to the next one, that is the header section, the starting section of the header. Position is absolute, left is 0, top is 0, width equal to 100%, the index is 1, padding is given. You can see that is the one header we are giving here, the top. And when this header is active, position is fixed, top is 35 pixel. And when is header container, we are using maximum width is given, margin is done, margin is auto. And for the nav bar we are giving the nav equal to nothing but position is align at center, justify content is center. The entire nav bar will be aligned exactly the center of the page. Then nav bar height, opacity is 0. This nav bar height and nav bar open is nothing but nav toggler and nav toggler height is, these two values will apply using the JavaScript that we have created. Here you can see this is the page loader. For the page loader we are using main hidden, and whenever set timeout, while based on this timeout, it will display the loader before entering into the website. Then we have the nav toggler. Here we are referring to the nav toggler, creating a constant, that is nav toggler. And for each tag we are adding an event listener. So whenever we click on the nav toggler, it will add height section will be activated, and as well as toggle navbar section will be activated, and height scrolling will be added to the body tag. So what is the height section? Height section is nothing but section dot active will be added to classes.toggle fade out. So it will add to this particular section, because of which only it will display. You can see that whenever we are adding nav toggler to the active nav section, then it will display the entire nav bar. Nav will be displayed. Whenever it is adding height, you can see we are adding dot header active. At that time it will move back to its original position, and it will close the nav element. So that code is done here, very simple code. Then we can continue with the CSS file, hide, and now use span element. We are giving the values. Then span before and after effect for the toggle content position of the top is 0, with 100% is given to it, left is 0, transform is translate y. Then we have span element. For that each span element we are giving right and left values, transform values. And then we have the active. For the active width equal to 50%. Then we can go to the header nav. Position is fixed, left is 0, right is 0. It will align exactly the center. And overflow y equal to hidden, visibility is hidden. So whenever we get the active nav header active, then only the nav bar will be visible to us, as I told you before in the script, that the JavaScript that I have told you before. The nav inner values are given. Then another list item anchor element is getting the value, that is display font size, font family that are added. And then you can go to the next section, that is the home section. This is the home section. In the home section we have the main div, that is the container div. Inside that we have the home text, paragraph, as well as h1 element, that is heading element, and h2 element, and we are adding a span element with a class of typing text. This is for the creation of continuous typing effect that we have used in here. Then we have an anchor element for no more. These are actually buttons that we created, and we have added the button classes to here. You can see here, these are the button classes that we have created in the style.css file. Then we have another div, that is the contact info item, and social icons. We have a div here. We are adding our LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, GitHub, and Facebook links here. Using an I tag, we are also adding an icon into our website. Then we are adding a div with home image. Inside that div we have image box and image. Using image tag, we are adding our portfolio image. Then you can go to the CSS file. In that you can see CSS section padding is given, display active, display equal to flex, and the home image, home text width equal to 50%, padding equal to 15 pixel. You can see both are aligned exactly at the center with equally spaced between them. And then paragraph element, we are adding the font size. And for the h1 element, we are adding the font size and text transform is capitalized. h2 element, we are adding the font size, font weight, margin top, button margin is added in image box. For the image, we are giving maximum width, border is 8 pixels solid, and we are, by giving the border radius equal to 50%, we are getting an exact circular border. You can see here. Then image, then h2 and span element, we are giving the values. Then we can go to the about section. Let's go to the about section. This is the about section. In that about section we have the main div, that is the container div. Inside that we have a div class row. Row is nothing but here we have created a class with row, which is displays flex is given, and flex wrap is wrap, so we will apply directly to this div. And inside that we are adding section title. We have also discussed this h2 element, that is about me. Then we have a div as row. Inside that div we have the image div, and we are applying our image, portfolio image. Then we have another div about text. Inside we are using paragraph tag for adding some data, and h3 for skills section, and we are creating a div with skills class, as well as we are creating skills item, h1 div elements for HTML, CSS, JavaScript, VI.js, and Python. Then we have another div for about tabs, that is one is for the education tab as well as for the experience tab. So, and then we can go to the education section. In the education section we have the main div as timeline, and each in that timeline we have a timeline item which is copied again and again. This is the div that is copied again and again. You can see span element for having the date, the present date, h4, that is heading tag for adding this dating date, and we are using paragraph tag, and the same div is copied again for two more times to give our education timeline. Then we can go to the experience timeline. In that experience timeline you can see the same one. Here also we are using the div, that is a timeline item. Inside that we have span element for adding the date, h4 element for adding the data like web element, and paragraph tag. Then this same div is copied, the timeline item is copied again for several times. As many times as you want to add, you can add. Then we have an experience end. Here we are adding an anchor tag with a class button, so we are creating a button using an anchor tag. Here we are adding download CV and contact me buttons. The about section ends here. Let me show you the image. This is the about section. You can see here about image width is given, padding is given to it 0.15%, and about text width is given as 60%, so they are aligning exactly equal spaces. This is 40%, and remaining text is taking the 60% of the web page. Then for the image box we are creating background box, margin is given, border is given, and border radius is 10 pixels, so we are getting an lightly curved edges, you can see here. Then we have image box, image width is given as 100%. Then h3 element for the about text, h3 element we are giving text transform, font size, margin is given to it. Then we have about text skills. In that skills displays flex wrap is wrap, where flex wrap is wrap. And for the skills item, because we are using the skill flex wrap, you can see they're all aligned in a single row with equally spaced because we are using flex item here. Then the skills item, background color is given, border is given, padding, text transform, margin border radius is 20 pixel. So we are getting curved edges, you can see curved edges to these elements. Then we can go to the about tabs, margin top for 20 pixel, and each tab, for each tab item we are giving the font size and what weight is given, and last cell margin is given. And for each tab item we are giving before, that is position is absolute, left is 0, bottom is 0, height is given to it, text transition is given. Then we are adding the hover effect to these buttons. You can see these two buttons, that is education and experience button. Whenever you active or whenever it is an active state, when you click over onto it, you'll get an underline and color change will be appear to that particular tab. The background color will change. This is the active element that we have added. Then we have the tab item active, that is nothing but the color and opacity is given to it. Then the timeline, for each timeline we are giving position is relative, and for each timeline before we are creating an absolute by using the position separate width and height positioning. We are creating this, you can see this buttons. Then tab content, padding is 40 pixel, displays none. Tab content is active, displays block. Then that is whenever you can see here active section, about tabs here. In the about tab, what you are creating is that we are creating an event listener here, and whenever you click on the tab item, the tab items are nothing but here this education and experience buttons are there, right? So whenever you click on this button, this code will activate and it will create an active, it will add active list to it. Active means nothing but here you can see the active list will make display equal to block. That means the list items will be displayed that we have here. So if we click on education list item will be displayed, and it will have the active link connected to it as its CSS file. And when you click on the experience section, it will be removed and it will experience section will be displayed. That code is added here by using the if clause that we have added here. Then we can go to the next one, timeline item before and after effects we are giving in child. Then we are having the h4 span element, for that font size and margin values are given. Then we can go to the portfolio section. The portfolio section starts here. Here we are having the main div as the container div. Then we have the row. For section title we have already read about this code. Then we have a div as a row. Portfolio starts here. The same portfolio starts here is the one that we copied again and again. Here we have the main div, that is portfolio item. Then portfolio thumbnail, that is the image one div we have. Then we have h3 element for portfolio name. Then we have the button for view project. Then we have another div, that is portfolio item details. In that we have description using paragraph tag, and general info, that is using the another list, and list item we are adding them by created technologies used role as well as demo button. Then this same portfolio is same portfolio item start is copied again for 4 more times for creating 4 more projects here, and this ends the portfolio section. The portfolio section that we have, you can see portfolio section padding bottom is given. For portfolio item width is calculated, margin is given to them. Then we have the portfolio thumbnail, for that padding, background color, border is given, and border radius is equal to 10 pixel. You can see for each and every thumbnail we have created, the border is lightly curved. For h3 element we are adding the font size, text transform is equal to capitalized, margin equal to 20 pixel 0. And for thumbnail image we are giving width equal to 100%, border radius equal to 10 pixel. Then portfolio item details are display equal to none. This is nothing but the details that we have will not be displayed until we click on the button. You can see here Whenever you click on this view project button, then this will change. This display will change into block by creating a portfolio pop-up. You can see this portfolio pop-up will be displayed. For that we are using position civics, left is 0, right is 0, creating an exactly center value, and creating the visibility will be hidden, and it will won't be open, and it will also will be delayed. You can see we are adding pp, displays flex, justify content is center, align items is center. Then pp content, we are displaying the values, padding, border radius, then max width is even to it, and we are also adding the text transform. Then we are giving the pop-up open content, pop-up header value is given to it. Then we have the thumbnail image, history element, description for that, margin bottom font size is given, and we are having the lowercase for the list item, anchor tags. As you can see, so whenever we click on this view project button, we will open a new page that is nothing but pp page. In that we will be having the image, and we are going to have the details about the project. That is done by using this javascript portfolio here, item display. So it will, first we are going to add an event listener to it, and whenever we are going to click on the event listener, it will trigger pop-up. This pop-up will add toggle open to the portfolio pop-up section that we have. So by adding the class this toggle hide scrolling, you can see here in the CSS file. You can see the pop-up visibility open. Whenever it will be added, it will, the visibility will be visible to us. That will that means that we will be able to see this portfolio details as well as portfolio image whenever click on it. Source code is added here, open, you can see here. Then hide pop-up when clicking outside of it. So this click will is nothing but whenever you click on this cross button that we have at the top of the image, it will close this button, and it will go back to the portfolio section that we have, that is added here. Typed one is typed JavaScript that we have added is nothing but the one that we have in the home section, in the index.html section. There is a home section that we have. You can see here web developer is only half. It is actually continuously typing the data that we give here. You can see by using the type of JavaScript, I am giving web developer, Canva designer, and freelancer. These three values will be repeated one after another because the loop is infinite loop we have created here. And typing speed and back speed is given. And for each delay, we are giving 500 milliseconds of delay, which is done by using the type JavaScript that we have used in this project. Then we can go to the next section. Copy is over. Then we can go to the contact me section. This is the contact me section. Index.html file. Here is the contact me section. In that contact me section, we have the main device, the container. Then we have the section title. Then we have div with class equal to row. Inside that we are using form element, contact form. For adding the input elements, we are using input tag with the type is given text, and text for both input names, that is name as email, and we are using for subject. And we are also creating text area. Whenever you want to give more data to more space for the user to type, then we use text area. It creates more space than the normal input values. You can also increase its size. Then we have a button, that is send message button with class btn. Then we have a div for contact info. Inside that div we have a div that is contact info item. In each item h3 element, paragraph element are given for email, phone. And for the contact info item, we are also using for follow me, that is for adding the social media icons. Here we are using a div and anchor elements. Inside that we have an I tag for mentioning the icons that we are going to use, that is font awesome icons that we are using, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Instagram, and GitHub and Twitter also. Then the contact section ends here. Then this is the portfolio, that image that will be displayed whenever you click on the starting position of the website. This is the thumbnail that we have added. Then we have also linked our script, that is our Ajax, that we have typed JavaScript library that we use, right? That we are using the script tag to add it into our index.html file. And we have also added our script.js file into this index.html. Can go to the contact me form. The contact me form, you can see margin width is given to it. Then the placeholder, we are changing the color, opacity, and font width. Placeholder values are the values inside values, that is name, email. These values are nothing but the placeholder values. Then input control, For the input control, we are giving the display equal to block. Then we are adding the positional as well as English solid values. Then we are adding the control focus. That is whenever you hover on to these values to enter data, the focus of the button will expand. That is border color will change into white alpha. You can see here. Then input control is equal to none. That is, it won't resize, that will won't increase its size. Then input text. Then info item, we are adding the margin padding values h3. The social links, anchor elements also we are adding the values. Display values are added. You can see the social elements, the circular ones, and the reason for that is that border radius is given equal to 50% here. Then whenever you hover onto social elements, where the color will change into white, that is text color, then the background color will change into main color, that is orange color. Responsive web design is nothing but whenever you are creating a website and you want that website to be available in all devices, then you will use this website for that condition. And as you know that responsive web design is one of the best ones, one of the most important features that everybody want in this today life. So first you have to do is that you have to complete it either in mobile version or in the desktop version totally. Then you have to change, nothing is different is there. The simple thing is that we're not adding any new code here, we are just changing the values, the size values, the display values, or aligning them. The values will change. You can see maximum width or margin values are changing here, margin top, width, padding, order. You can see there are no new values added here anywhere. We are just changing the font size values, and we are changing the line margin weights only. This is typing. This is for keyframes. Typing is nothing but for the calculation that we have created here in the home page. That is continuous typing of the web developer, front-end developer. So this typing text we have added here. That is the keyframe that we are using here in the typing also. Dynamic text typing is given here. That is the keyframe. By using that animation, we are able to create it. So that's all. The responsive portfolio ends here, and the source code will be available in the description of this project video. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comment sections. Definitely try to visit the channel for more amazing tutorials. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is a grass morphism type portfolio website. You can see the effect, and you can see the effect of typing effect. That is nothing but using the typed JavaScript library. We are doing this. Freelancer, web developer, you can see a typing effect. Then we have hover effect on the buttons. You can see the background color change, as well as hover effect on the social media icons. You can see, and our portfolio, and you can see continuous infinity loop background design that we have created for the dots. It will move continuously. You can see them. And then you can see the chart section. Welcome to the chart. This is one of the online charting section that I've created here. Then we can go to the next section, that is about section. This is the about section. You can see the portfolio image, the border curvature that we have done, and how neatly we have aligned the skills using the glass morphism type. Then we have the education, download CV, as well as contact me button. And you can go to the experience section. You can see how neatly we have aligned them all. Then we can go to the portfolio section. This is the portfolio section. You can see how neatly we have aligned all our projects. And whenever you click on this view project button, a new page opens with your portfolio image as well as details, like when it was created, technologies used, role, and online demo. You can click on this button for that viewing that project. You can see smooth transitions. There's no delays or any type of errors. Smooth transition. You can see easily we are able to visit the website as well as exit the website. Then we can go to the contact me section. This is the contact section. We have the type functions here, then send message button, social media icon, you can see the hover effect and background color change. This website is entirely responsive. That is, it is also available in mobile as well as in tab version. Let me show you that. This is the desktop version of the website. Now let's go to the mobile version. This is the mobile version of the website. You can see how neatly they have aligned exactly the center and well spaced. Then we can go to the next section, about section. This is the about section. You can see perfectly aligned with the size of the screen, that is for the mobile device. Then we can go to the projects, this portfolio. You can see how they are aligned. And next, contact me section. Perfectly aligned. And this website is entirely responsive. It is great for mobile, desktop, tab versions. You can use it for professional as well as personal use. It will give a very good impression for the recruiters. And the source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. Definitely try to visit the channel for more amazing tutorials. The line by line code has been explained and it will give a very good intro into the web development, and you will be able to learn HTML, CSS and JavaScript by doing these practical projects. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. The entire website is made using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. We have used AOS JavaScript library for smooth animation effect that you can see here. And we have used main CSS functions like box shadow effect, hover effects, and the full tutorial is also available in the website, in the channel, and we can go through the each and every section now. The website is entirely responsive, that is, it is also available in mobile, tab as well as in desktop version. Right now we are in the home section. You can see the span element. By using the span element, we changed the color, that is front end development, and you can see the hover effect on the button, no more button, and you can see the hover effect on the call, the mobile number. You can see this is done by using the after effect and hover combined in the CSS. Then we can go to the next section. We can see the service section, and we have integrated the icons here. You can see these icons, and whenever you hover onto them, you can see the box shadow effect, a border box 3D box effect is done. And you can see that while we are moving from one section to another section, the automatic color is changing in the left side nav bar, and you can see hover effect on the image and hover effect on the image also. And we also have the read more button. You can see how neatly they have all been aligned, and you can see this is the education section. And then we can go to the testimonial section. We have integrated the stars, that is icons, into our website. And then the blog post, you can see we have used the border radius effect so that we can get the curved edges, and the animation is very smooth. The hover effect is acting very smooth, and you can see the contact me button, contact me form, and you can see the hover effect and focus. When you click on the buttons, the border is changing, and you can see the hover on the submit button and social media icons. This website, you can see the nav bar, or how responsive the nav bar is. You can move from one section to another section in a very smooth way, and the animation is also taking place in a very smooth way. This website is also available in mobile and desktop, mobile version, tab version also. That is, it is entirely responsive website. Let me show you that. So as you've seen before, this is the desktop version, and now we will go to the mobile version of this website. This is the mobile version of the website. You can see the smooth animation transition effects. You can see how they have merged to the size of the mobile version. This is one of the Chrome browsing features that we have. Inspect feature, which allows us to view our websites in all types of mobile devices, tabs, desktop versions, and you can see the menu bar here. And when we click on the menu button, we will move to that particular section. And this website is entirely responsive. That is, it is also available in tab version and tab uh, in mobile version, desktop version. It will give you access to each and every device that you want to open your website. Entirely professional and responsive portfolio website made entirely using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Full tutorials are also available in the YouTube channel. You can visit the channel and learn front-end web development. And for entirely free, no charges apply. You can learn front-end web development. Line by line code is also explained in the full tutorial. The source code is available in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hang on till for next amazing videos. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So now we are going to do a line by line code for this professional portfolio website. See here, right now we are in the index.html file, the meta tags. Then we have the title tag for adding the title of the website, that is responsive portfolio. Then we have linked bootstrap in CSS file using the link tag. Then we have also linked our AOS animation CSS file. Then we have linked uh, font awesome, line awesome in one.css file. Then we have also linked our style.css main CSS file. You can see what this is our main style.css file. Here we are using bootstrap, so most of the CSS is directly applied by using the class names. So right now we are in the body section. You can see database by square. These two values of database target is not one. So these values are the bootstrap values that we have added here. Then we have bootstrap values that we will added here are the navbar expand LG, navbar dark, fixed top. So these are class values of bootstrap values that we can directly access by adding the bootstrap. You can see here we have added the bootstrap CSS. CSS is a bootstrap CSS that we already been given directly downloaded. And we have also added the AOS CSS, line of some main CSS. You can see here. And this is the main style.css file. And now we are in the navbar. The navbar, we have the main div, that is the container div, inside which we have an anchor tag, inside which we have span element for adding the name, that is Aviram, and then we have an image element for adding the portfolio image. Then we have the button tag. Inside the button tag, we are adding inside the button tag, we have the navbar toggler button, and we have span element, that is navbar taggler icon that we have used. Then we have div element, and the main div element which consists as an another list. Inside another list we have list item. Inside list item we have an anchor tag with class name, nav link, and active. And we have the reference, which reference is given here so that we can be able to move to that particular reference location. Whenever we click on these anchor elements, that goes for services, work, report, testimonial, blog, and contact. Then the navbar ends here. Then the navbar ends here. Then content wrapper. This content wrapper is the main deal. Inside which we have the home section. So now let's go to the CSS along with it. We have imported the font family, full font family. That is by using this imported import URL. Then we have added the root element. Root element is something like whatever the values that you are going to use in this website, you can add those values in the root element, and you can just call those values by using the var element. You can see here for the body tag, we have the background color var color base 2. You can see color base 2 is added in the root element. You don't have to write this hash 0222830 again. You
can just call these values by using the name by adding the var element. And for the body tag, we are adding the background color font size is added to them. And for the card, each card we are adding the image, flow is hidden, and transition is given to it. Card hover is image for the image transition scale. For the H1 heading tags, we are adding the base default value that is color and font size. Font weight is 100. For the anchor tag, we are removing the text decoration none, which is nothing but the default decoration values should be there, right? The color underscore values should be there. Those values are removed by adding the text decoration is none. Color is given to it, and then transition is given to it. Then whenever we hover onto the anchor element, the color will change. Then we have the image. For the image, for any images that we are importing into the website, we are adding width equal to 100%. For the navbar, you can see for each navlink, we are adding the font weight, and font weight is given and text transform is uppercase. You can see here in the image. Here, you can see the social icons are all of them uppercase. Home, services, work, keyboard, testimonial, blog, and contact. Then we can, whenever we hover onto the nav element, the color will change. You can see here it has a the color is changed for the home section. You can see here. Next, minimum weight is 992. It is nothing but the for the desktop version. For the desktop version, the nav bar, for the nav bar, we are adding the minimum height is 100 VH, maximum width is given as sidebar width, and background image gradient is added, and we are adding the portfolio image also. And background size is cover, background position is center. You can see here, by adding these values, we are now making this side navbar for the desktop version. Then navbar brand image, we are adding the border 5 pixel solid, where we are adding the main color brand. You can see the solid color around it, around the image. Content wrapper, margin left equal to var sidebar width, text brand equal to color is given to it. Full height is the full height, minimum height is 100 px, height equal to 100%, flex is equal flex, flex direction is column, justify content is center, padding is given, padding bottom, base, VG base, shadow effect is given, and whenever you hover onto shadow effect, the box shadow effect will change. And icon, for each and every icons we have added the display flex, alternative to center, justify content is center, and for the button elements, we are adding the padding and font size given. For this, can go to the next section. Here you can see right now we are in the section. In the section we have the main div, that is container. Then we have div, that is h1 element. We are adding the data iOS is nothing but the JavaScript. We have integrated the iOS JavaScript library, right? So by mentioning the data iOS, you can say the fading animation that will take place, that is fade up, right? So it will fade from upside, it fade into the website. This h1 element, it is I am Apiram professional, span element is pointer developer. These all values will fade from upside, and the data iOS delays were given is as 300, that is 300 millisecond. After this next one will come below it. This data iOS had nothing but iOS animation that we directly integrating to our each and every tag that we are adding. In paragraph element, then we have the main div, and in that div we have the no more button. Then we have another anchor tag to have our one number that we have added. Most of the time we are using the bootstrap direct CSS classes. So the CSS file will be very less compared to that. And then we can see the code section. You can see the more button as well as the call me both details we have added here. Next, we can go to the services section. In the services section, we have the container, inside which we have the H6 for the heading, H1 for the services that I provide. Next, we have the div. Inside that div we have the main services, that is nothing but the icon box, where we are giving the icon as well as code. Icon is given in H5 element for the heading of the service, and paragraph element to have some more details. Then we have an anchor tag for see more button, and then the div here, the same div is copied again for 2 more times for adding for both UI UX design as well as for the web design. You can see the services image. This is the services image. The three views are aligned, and uh, you can see PG base, PG sport already sport. Shadow effect is added by these are all the bootstrap values. You can see shadow effect. The shadow effect you can see here. The box shadow effect is added to each and every div that we have, and at the same time, you can see the rounded 4. Rounded 4 is nothing but you can see the curved edges for each and every box is added here. Then, then we also have the background base is given, that is basic background is added to it. Next we have, next we can go to the work section. In the work section, you can see we have the main container inside which we have the work column, work and movie, recent projects. Then we have the div that is added row div inside which we have the main div. You can see this is the main div. Uh, this div is copied again. We are adding the image. Then we are adding the. You can see for the image we are adding rounded 4. Let me show you the image. Where is the image? This is one block image. You can see the block image here. You can see the curved edges rounded for curved edges, which is here given here. You can see rounded for the image section, and then we have the data travel h4 element. Then we have the paragraph element, that is text to byte. Then we have the anchor element, that is the normal button. The same div, this same div is copied again for 4 more times for adding the 4 more projects into our website. You can see the website. This is the portfolio boxes that we have created, and we added the rounded 4. We are getting this, and we have also added the box shadow effect. You can see the shadow effect is also added. This shadow effect is bootstrap value directly adding the class values. We are getting those values directly applied to our each and every div. You can see the box shadow effect and core effect is also added to it. Then we can go to the section, the report, education. In this we are also having the div. Inside div we have the similar way we have added the div. Here we have h5 element for the major heading. Then we have the text and timeline, that is executed paragraph element, and the same data is copied again. You can see this. The same data is copied again for three more times for adding for 3 more times with over more information more data, that is masters of data. You can see here this is the application PNG. You can see how we have added the font CSS. Shadow effect is added, rounded 4 is added, which gives the curved edges to our each and every section. You can see the curved edges, and the shadow effect is added to them also as well. Then the fade up is given. This data errors, you can fade up side with a delay of 900 milliseconds. Then we can go to the testimonial section. This is the testimonial section. You can see we have the main details here, and you can see the name. H6 for the heading, that is testimonial, and H1 for the what my client say about me. This H1 is. Then we have inside which we have div for each and every one, each and every section. This is the starting div that we have, and in the div we have another div for stars, adding the stars by using the last alias star. This is the font icons that we have integrated. The total of 5 icons are integrated inside, and by using the paragraph element we are removing some data. Then we have another div for adding the history, that is the name and designation of the particular person using the paragraph in its element. The div ends here. The same div is copied again. The same div is copied again for 3 more times to get 3 more boxes. You can see here in the testimonial section. And for them we are adding the same rounded 4 is added to them, and you can see the rounded 4 is added to them. You can see the box order and all edges are rounded. Then we have that is Then we have the shadow effect is added to them. And for the stars, we are also adding CSS, that is color is added to them for the stars. Next we have the blog. For the blog, we are adding the main div, that is the container div. Inside that we have a div. As you go, in that div we have the column with values given to it, with 6, as well as uh, h1 for blog name. Then we have the div, that is row div. Inside the div, we have the main div that we have copied. Here we have the div, that is card rounded 4. We show you the image, blog image. This is the blog image. Here we have the two more divs. You can see here we are in the div for the image. For that we are using rounded 4. So we are getting the image is getting curved edges. Then we can see we have another div, that is quad content div. Inside we have the text brand. Margin bottom is 2 and margin bottom is 4 for the h4 element. You can see here heading, and below the heading element where 4 rem of cap is given, then the readme button is aligned. It is added here. And for the anchor element read more, we are adding a custom link class to it. And we are getting this block shadow effect that we are adding the shadow, bootstrap shadow. You can see here we have added the shadow effect, bootstrap shadow effect. So it's a bootstrap effect directly to the project. So we dig the div that we have. Then we have the contact section. In the contact section, as a div one, h6, and h1. Here we have the contact and its contact name. Then we have the div with column equal is 8. Contact div, we can show, you can see the contact div. This is the contact div. Because we are adding the column equal 8, it will be added exactly at the center of the div. And for the form, inside the form, we are adding the div for input element for each and every div. Column with value 6, so that they will be aligned exactly to the center. And at the same time, for each and every input element, we are adding, we are mentioning the type element. Type is nothing more whenever we want to enter anything from the user. And if it doesn't mention the proper information, like for the email, we have to mention at the gmail.com. If it doesn't mention, it will showcase as an error, so that the user can provide the proper information to you. So that is one of the major important reason why you have to mention type, that is email or text or mobile number for the input form element. Then we have the div elements for text area, and then we have the div for the button, this submit button. For that button and button brand is given. You can see for the button, and you can see button brand. For the button brand, we are adding the border. Background color is added to it. Border is 2 pixels solid. You can see the border. 2 pixels solid is given to it. Then we have text brand, button brand. Whenever you want to the button brand or focus, the background color will change. Border is 2 pixels solid. Color will change into white. What is the text will change from blue to black, blue to white color. Then custom link. This is nothing but for the font size, font weight is given, position is given for the custom link of the. This is for the button that we have used, position is absolute, top is 10%, right equal to 0, top is 0, transition is given, and hover or after effect weight equal to 100%. You can see this custom link is nothing but, you can see here in the different section, you can see for the column, when you go on it, on the line will come beside it, below it, that is done by using this custom link and code effect. Then background color is given. For the contact font control, we are giving background color, and background color. Then control focus is given to the contact, and placeholder we are adding the color, so the color is given to them. And height is 42 pixels for the social media icons that we have integrated. You can see here. Then go to the footer section. In the footer section, we have the paragraph elements and auto chooser, and we will also include the social icons using the anchor tag as well as the I tag, that is YouTube, GitHub, and Instagram. So for them, we have added the styles, that is for every icon, we are adding the width and height is function. Part weight is 1 pixel, right? So, this is the contact. You can see we get a circular icons below. that we have added the border radius and the pixel. Color is given, color is added to it. Input file width is 100 pixel, 180 pixel, height is 100 pixel, and the media query maximum width is 422. That is below them. The padding top is 0 and displays block. So this is the website section. Now let's go to the main CSS JavaScript. Here we are using AOS, right? For the AOS, we are mentioning offset delay values are already mentioned. The duration is value from this duration values that we have already mentioned, right? Because main JavaScript is that it is initializing the AOS. So initialize AOS, we are giving these values, and the AOS values are already added directly to our website. You can see for each and every section we are using data AOS fed up. So what will is that it will come from down to upside animation will take place, and how much delay take place it will given by this data AOS delay. So to initialize this AOS, we have written this small JavaScript code, and this is Bootstrap JavaScript code. This is AOS JavaScript code. You can download directly. These are the fonts that we have used. Then standard CSS value, line or some union CSS value, then Bootstrap CSS, AOS CSS. Website. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe, because we have used Bootstrap directly classes. We don't have a lot of CSS here. Directly calling those classes, we are getting the strings applied to our developments for each and every section. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. For more tutorials and to learn front-end web development, please do visit the channel. Thank you.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. The entire website is made using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. We have used AOS JavaScript library for smooth animation effect that you can see here, and we have used main CSS functions like box shadow effect, hover effects, and the full tutorial is also available in the website, in the channel, and we can go through the each and every section now. The website is entirely responsive, that is, it is also available in mobile, tab as well as in desktop version. Right now we are in the home section. You can see the span element. By using the span element, we changed the color, that is front end development, and you can see the hover effect on the button, no more button, and you can see the hover effect on the call, the mobile number. You can see this is done by using the after effect and hover combined in the CSS. Then we can go to the next section. We can see the service section, and we have integrated the icons here. You can see these icons, and whenever you hover onto them, you can see the box shadow effect, a border box 3D box effect is done. And you can see that while we are moving from one section to another section, the automatic color is changing in the left side nav bar, and you can see hover effect on the image and hover effect on the image also. And we also have the read more button. You can see how neatly they have all been aligned, and you can see this is the education section, and then we can go to the testimonial section. We have integrated the stars, that is icons, into our website. And then the blog post, you can see we have used the border radius effect so that we can get the curved edges, and the animation is very smooth. The hover effect is acting very smooth, and you can see the contact me button, contact me form, and you can see the hover effect and focus. When you click on the buttons, the border is changing, and you can see the hover effect on the submit button and social media icons. This website, you can see the nav bar, or how responsive the nav bar is. You can move from one section to another section in a very smooth way, and the animation is also taking place in a very smooth way. This website is also available in mobile and desktop, mobile version, tab version also. That is, it is entirely responsive website. Let me show you that.
So as you've seen before, this is the desktop version, and now we will go to the mobile version of this website. This is the mobile version of the website. You can see the smooth animation transition effects. You can see how they have merged to the size of the mobile version. This is one of the Chrome browsing features that we have, inspect feature, which allows us to view our websites in all types of mobile devices, tabs, desktop versions, and you can see the menu bar here. And when we click on the menu button, we will move to that particular section. And this website is entirely responsive, that is, it is also available in tab version and tab uh, in mobile version, desktop version. It will give you access to each and every device that you want to open your website. Entirely professional and responsive portfolio website made entirely using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Full tutorials are also available in the YouTube channel. You can visit the channel and learn front-end web development, and for entirely free, no charges apply. You can learn front-end web development. Line by line code is also explained in the full tutorial. The source code is available in the description. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hang on till for next amazing videos. Thank you.